the initial run of One Piece where there was a mystery as to who exactly was the Pirate King and how do you become the Pirate King. That was like there was a mystery trope to it. I don't know if that's the case now
Mm-hmm.
because, like I said, I haven't kept up with it. It's not exactly a anime you can take a break from and then go back to.
No.
I ain't seen any of that shit.
1,000.
Paul, finish it, and deliver us from evil.
Brian
madness.
Fraser, is he just? Oh, okay. You were
Yeah,
frozen
well,
like this for a second, and I was like, "Is he just doing that for dramatic effect?"
He's
or...
doing a bit.
Yes.
Doing a bit.
Oh man, what's up, guys?
What is up, Manny and Jeff in the audience? I see two people watching, and the only two people that are commenting are Manny and Jeff. What up, guys? Welcome to
Damn. Bless you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the KotoKai Robo-Dojo number 72.
72.
I'll probably say that again if more people show up. But how's it going, guys? What's happening?
Not much.
Living the dream.
Yeah. The dream.
Whose dream? I'm not sure, but a dream.
Somebody's dream. Somebody's lucid fever dream.
Lucid
Somewhere.
fever dream?
Lucid fever dream.
Jeff says he's a CAD man tonight because he's a CAD man. Because
Why is he a CAD man?
he's drawing in CAD, I assume.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was a Canadian denomination joke or
I assume it is.
because
No,
he
what
is
are they called?
Canadian.
Canadian, they're like, no, Canadian dollars are loonies and toonies, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. A $1 is a loony and a $2
look
is a
it up.
toonie. Modding a giant soccer part. That's right. Infusion 360. Dumbass. Hilarious.
Canadian dollar. That's I think the loony and the toonie are
They're like
maybe,
nicknames
like
for coins.
like saying I have a buck or $2, like that kind of.
Right.
Like, what do you guys? What's the one in England? Quid?
A quid. A nug.
Like that's like not the actual terminology of the money. That's just like
It's a slang.
something you
Yeah,
guys
it's a
say,
slang.
right? Yeah.
It's
like
a nug. Yeah.
a nug.
It's a nug.
Nug. Quid.
Tenner. A fiver.
There's another one I just can't think of right now.
Loonies and toonies. A toonie, formerly the Canadian $2 coin. Yeah. They're the coin versions of the dollars. That's what I said. Coin $1, coin $2. $2 coin is a toonie. A $1 coin is a loony.
A loony.
Yep. Looney Toonies. What kind of crazy places that the cops ride around, wear like bright red uniforms and ride around on like moose or something? I don't fucking know. It's not true. It's absolutely not true. Definitely slang, says Jeff. Respect. Oh,
Respect. What are we respecting?
The Canadian hustle. They also
There
call
are
it the
no
Maple Shuffle.
paper 1s or 2s in Canada anymore. Only coins.
Only just coins.
Yo, whenever I see a $2 bill, I still think it's fake.
Really? I have a collection.
Yeah, I'm like, that's fake.
I mean, I'm not sure why it's a denomination. Like, I don't know if there's a good reason to have it, but
The $2 bill?
Bill, yeah.
It was a Tom Jefferson thing, man. That's why it's on it. Like, it's really weird. It's just like one of those, like, it's like, why do we have dollar? I mean, like in America, it's like, why do we have dollar coins? You know, it costs a
And
lot
dollar
more
bills.
to
Mint
try and
a dollar
switch all the dollar bills into dollar coins because there's fucking so many dollar bills.
I read an interesting article one time about like the penny and how it's like a completely useless denomination because it, you know, it costs more to make than it's worth, and it doesn't have a whole lot of use, and so forth and so on.
Yeah, you're correct. Like in modern times, the penny has no. I mean, the value of a penny is less than a penny. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's not worth its weight in copper, essentially.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a useless denomination from a
Right.
like a use factor. Like, how many times have you paid anything with a penny?
The problem is they
change all
can't
the time.
they can't exactly recall the pennies because it's been in circulation for so long. So they have
True.
to keep the circulation going.
We're all gonna move to digital currency and just call it a day.
Oh my
Call it a
god.
day.
Call it a day. I'm done.
What up, Thomas Stetton? What up, Ty Furious? How you guys doing? Welcome. Oh, we're up to 9 viewers. Hi, everybody else that joined in that I didn't say hi to yet. What is going on? Welcome to KotoKai Robo-Dojo number 72. We started out with a candid, off-the-cuff conversation about, I believe, One Piece. And then we
No,
started.
I don't know how we got to One Piece. I was talking about Spider-Man, watching that fucking trailer. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh no, we got into Cowboy Bebop and then live
right.
action animation remakes,
All right,
and I
it was
said that
translations, right?
right. I said that there were none that were any good, and you said Bleach was pretty good, and I said I had not watched the animation of Bleach because it's too long.
I didn't say that the Bleach live action was good. I said I enjoyed it. So it's not, exactly. I wouldn't say it's like good because there are things about the live action Bleach that I don't agree with, but there were aspects of it where I was like, oh man, this is actually quite enjoyable. I was really enjoying the fight scenes. I was enjoying the progression, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though it covered like maybe 15 chapters, maybe on a good day.
So for everyone in chat, we were just talking about I had read some reviews of Cowboy Bebop and mixed, but I hadn't heard anything good. Like it was ranging from shit to okay. Now I'll still watch it just because I'll form my own opinion. But that's how we kind of got into that conversation. I couldn't think of a single anime that was turned into a live action movie that really worked out. So if you guys can think of one.
If you guys want to watch something good, watch that fucking Spider-Man trailer because that thing was hot shit.
Blood is okay. Blood the Last Vampire is okay, even though the
Blood, I don't think I've ever seen that.
The animation for it is pretty good.
Erased was good, is what's accurate.
Oh, yeah, you know what? You are absolutely right. However, I will say that Erased as an anime was set up to be a movie because if you watched Erased, like nothing about it leads to animation, right? Like it wasn't fantastical in any type of way. It was very, I mean, obviously, other than like the time skipping, but I mean, it was really about like almost like a serial killer. So, it was, but I didn't think of that one. That one is good.
If you really think about it, right? Bad anime, very bad anime. Well, not bad anime that doesn't that isn't very good makes for great movies. Really
Erased
good
was
anime.
Good anime.
Well, Erased was okay.
Erased was good.
It was okay. But like very good anime with character development and it has a certain tempo, a beat, right? Makes for terrible movies. Just garbage. Throw in the bin.
The one, like what I thought might have been the saving grace of Cowboy Bebop, and we'll see. Like I said, we haven't actually watched it. It was that it wasn't a movie; it was a show.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, given that they had 10 episodes to recreate what ended up being like, when you look at an anime, what was Cowboy Bebop? 20 or 24 episodes, somewhere in that range. But you're talking about 20 minutes an episode. So when you stretch that out to an hour, you're really only looking at, 10 episodes or so. So I thought, given that it was going to be roughly the same amount of screen time, they had a chance. You know,
So
like trying to take Bleach and put it into a 2-hour movie is roughly impossible.
So here's the thing with anime fans, right? Anime fans will never be satisfied. They will never ever be happy with anything because, well, like in terms of live action remakes, because if a live action remake is too, it's too, what's the word for it? It's on the tip of my tongue. I was thinking about it just now and lost track. If it's too close to its source material, right? Like it pays homage to it too much. It follows it too much. People will complain it's not doing anything new. It's not doing anything innovative. It's not taking the series to new heights. Blah 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 blah. However, if they diverge from the source material, they're like, why diverge from the source material? This isn't like the original. It doesn't have the same feel. It doesn't have the same look, and it's just a fucking repeating.
I mean,
human
anime
centipede.
fans are like that with anime, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't really
it's-
matter. Like they're not going to be
if
happy
it's
with anything.
too close to the manga, they wanted something different. If it doesn't follow the manga exactly, it was shit. I mean, actually, if you look at like the highest rated animes of all time, I can pull them up probably on now, but like they're not rated that high. Like they're like 8.4 best anime ever. You know, like whereas you look at like let's just use Rotten Tomatoes as an example. Like if you looked up the best, you know, what's considered the best movie of the last 20 years or something, I'm sure the Rotten Tomato score was probably like 99% or whatever tomatoes, whatever that's called. So
Right.
you're right about that. Anime fans can never be made happy.
They will never be, and like, you think about it this way: some of the best animes in, like, you know, that's beloved and all that stuff that's never really spoken badly about are super short anime, maybe 12 episodes, maybe sometimes 24. Now if we're talking outliers like Attack on Titan, that's a different story, right? Because people want to see how that ends, and it's not that it's particularly good. It's that they want to see how it ends.
Full Metal Alchemist was what 50 on each one. I mean, especially Brotherhood's considered.
That's why I'm saying.
Animes.
That's why I'm saying outliers. So Full Metal Alchemist is an outlier. So Attack on Titan is an outlier. I'm trying. There's another one off the top of my head.
Death Note was like relative. It was like 20 episodes, maybe.
Well, yeah. Once again, Death Note is a flash in the pan because it's a relatively one season short anime.
Yeah, right.
It didn't have any returning seasons. They tried. The manga author tried, the production company tried, Studio Trigger tried to do an offshoot where L was the main character and not whatever his name is right now. I can't remember his name, and that failed. So some of the most revered animes, right, are very short one season animes because you get to the start, you get to the middle, you get to the ending. That's it, and there's nothing to complain about because it's supposedly a full story, a full circle. So unless there is a planned season 2.
I have Mal up. Go ahead, Brian, but I have Mal up. I'm going to go through the animes and
nice. I was going to say that I have never watched any of the anime for Death Note or read any manga or any of that stuff, and I watched the Netflix adaptation, and like Peb says, I did not.
Ignorance is bliss, because if you watch the anime,
I enjoyed the movie for what it was worth because I hadn't seen anything related to it otherwise, and I was like, "Huh, this is an interesting concept." Okay, and it was like on in the background while I was building a model, and I enjoyed it.
So I would really recommend to watch the anime, and you can watch it in dub because it's considered one of the best dubbed animes of all time.
It's up there with Cowboy Bebop in terms of dubs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So you can watch, and it's very entertaining and interesting, and it makes the movie look like shit because the main character, Light, in the live action movie is some emo kid.
Yeah, he's like
in the anime, he's like a mastermind. He's brilliant and charismatic, and so it's
interesting.
All right, so I have the Mal up right now. Number one is
Paul's got a man crush on him.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That's the highest rated anime on now, 9.16. Gintama is number 2, 9.09. That one's a long one. It's got multiple episodes. Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2 is number 3.
Right.
Steins Gate is number 4. That's pretty good. Yeah, I would say that's pretty up there. Fruits Basket, the final season, so that's the remake, the new one, which I was actually I really enjoyed.
Let me
all the new
respond to
Fruits
Ty
Basket.
Furious real quick. So Ty Furious says he forgot about the Alita Battle Angel.
Oh, there
action
you go.
movie,
There you go.
which was very good. Yes, again, the OVA was 2 episodes long, 2 half-hour episodes long.
Yep.
So again, flash in the pan. Really good anime,
Yeah.
great animation, great story. Had a beginning, middle, end.
What is this?
Great movie because there wasn't a lot of source. There was a lot of source material to go because of the manga and stuff like that. But in terms of the
Right.
anime, 2 OVAs.
Right. Yeah, the anime is very limited.
Yeah.
I've never. Legend of Galactic Heroes is number 8.
You've never watched that?
No, I know what it is, but I've never watched it.
Come on,
I think Kenshin, right? This one, Kenshin, that Thomas Statton's talking about, is that on like Netflix or some shit? I think I saw
just
that.
got released recently, right?
Yeah, the last movie
Or I
just
saw
got
it
released
somewhere
on Netflix.
It didn't. I've heard it wasn't good as a live action movie.
It's the weakest of all of the movies they had made for.
Is it around
Rurouni
that
Kenshin.
like IP or whatever? Because I've seen a couple of different films. I think.
Yeah. So, I think how many movies have they made? 7.
Yeah, it's a
I don't
lot.
fucking know. I watch any dumb movie, so it's good.
Hunter x Hunter was number 7. That one's long. It's 148 episodes.
Oh shit!
There's a whole bunch of Gintamas, like 9, 10, and 11. March Comes In Like a Lion. That was a really good anime. That's number 12.
Doku, what was that rum that you guys brought over?
Oh, there were 5
you guys
Rurouni
came
Kenshin
over.
films, live action films.
Oh, 5 movies. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that Rurouni Kenshin. There it is. Yeah. So I've seen a couple of them. I didn't like them.
Cowboy Bebop is the 33rd rated anime.
So Cowboy Bebop doesn't
amazing.
have the same reputation in Japan as it does in the West, right?
Because it wasn't as popular.
It was looked at as quite dull and boring during its original run in Japan.
Gotcha. Code Geass is pretty highly rated.
Code Geass, huh? Interesting.
That's pretty good. A bunch of the Monogatari seasons are highly rated, which I would agree with.
Bamboo.
Your Name and what's this
Thank
other one? A Silent Voice are rated pretty high. Violet Evergarden movie is rated pretty high. Clannad After Story, if you want to hate your life, is rated pretty high.
Boom.
Are you telling me School Days wasn't there? Wasn't in
School Days is not there. No. If you want to be very confused about everything, watch School Days.
you want to give up on life? Watch School Days.
No.
Yo, not for nothing. You guys should try Bamboo rum. It is delicious. If you haven't already tried it, that shit is good. Good ass buck, and it is coming up on the holiday season here in the United of the Americas and most of Europe. I like to buy booze around the holiday season. So
Evangelion 3.0 plus.
I'll just see if they have it at Wine Gallery, dude.
Jujutsu Kaisen 42.
Hell yeah. Yo, the trailer for movie 0 just came out. Please watch it. It's fucking great.
Vinland Saga is number 40. I did not watch that.
It's long and it gets quite
slow.
Yeah. Well, no, not boring, but it's very character developing.
All I want for Christmas is bass.
So anyway, yeah, live. I would Spirited Away is up there. That's I would.
Dokudel says, I see much for that anime Jujutsu Kaisen everywhere. Jujutsu Kaisen is insanely popular right now. So the two very popular anime, both in Japan and here right now, is Jujutsu Kaisen and Tokyo Revengers. Those are
and Demon Slayer.
Well, I mean, in terms of 2, but I said 2. But the 3, yes,
2.
Demon Slayer right now, but only so right now, since Demon Slayer is currently waiting for its season 2 release, it's lagging slightly behind because they're just playing the movie in an episode.
Which is season comes out. So I was so pumped for season 2. Like I was so excited, and I open what am I watching it on? Like Funimation. I'm like, yeah, here it comes, and I was like, what the hell is this?
It's the movie. Yeah, it's the movie in episode format. So, but right now,
the first episode was like it was a like a bridge between the end of the first season and the movie. but it like nothing really happens. It was just like
no, it's him just investigating, right? It's
no, not even. No, they leave like the training facility that they were at, and he just says goodbye to the girl who doesn't talk, and then they show up at the train, and Inosuke does some funny shit, and they get on the train, and that's the end of the whole thing. I was like, okay. But.
Yeah, Shampoo is cool.
Shampoo is it's viewed as underrated these days, apparently. So, are you out of your damn mind?
That's just how it is.
Fucking Samurai Champloo was the title.
Yeah,
that
I
was
did,
the
Manny.
king.
Right on.
The king.
Your Lie in April is 53.
Eh.
I agree. I'd put it higher than 53.
What about MD Geist? Where's that?
I haven't seen it here yet.
I know you won't. You
Hasn't come
see
up
it
yet. What is that? I forget what this is called.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Boku no Hero is up there somewhere.
It's not in the top 50. So, what is this called in English? Hold on.
But it is another one that's been going on for a while at this point.
Mushoku Tensei. It's I can't remember what the name of it is in English. It's like a brand new anime though. But that's rated really high.
It's like a fucking chicken dance.
I thought that's what he was doing. I don't know.
Kaguya Love is War is 60. 86 Part 2 is 61. That's airing currently. I don't know how it could be. Death Note is 60. I don't know about this ranking. I'm out of here. Shit.
It's probably
it's airing shit that's like live right now. How do I know it's gonna be like it could drop off and be horrible after that?
It's what's on the pulse. Oh,
I will say 86. If you guys haven't watched 86, I really, really, really recommend it. Especially it's going on right now. The second part to the first season. It's really good, and it's got mecha in it, so you'll live through everything. So Attack on Titan, the first season is number 99.
I'm telling you, people just watching because they want to know how it ends.
But the first season is 99. ReZero is number 98. Season 2, part 2. Ooh.
There's a lot of
whatever. I'm over this list. I disagree.
Paul is
I'm making a new list. I'm going to write them a strongly worded email.
Let me put on my glove. I'll
What's number 86 on the list? So 86, ironically, is not 86 on the list.
Here, I'll show off what I've been working on. You guys have seen this if you follow my Instagram. There is that big ass model. We just finished the bottom today.
This looks like right now. It looks like I know you're not finished with the layers yet, but it looks like a graphic novel cover.
I was thinking it looked like blue jeans, like
denim.
Yeah, like denim. Yes. Like the texture of it reminds me of denim.
Yeah, well, it looks like texture, but it's all smooth, so which is really fun. Paint. But yeah, that's just the marbling underpaint that goes down before I start putting different things on it. So I'm going to be doing some different colored wash panels. I'll highlight different panels on the top, and then because the majority of the top is going to be like gray tones and doing a lot of streaking and shit. But I want to do some like extra underpainting filter, so I'm going to do some like greens and some purples on different tones, not like full tone purple, just like a wash to give it an extra hue under the gray to help give it some kind of like tonal separation between the different panels, kind of like break it up a little bit more. But the bottom is going to be all like that blue model and then wrap up around the edges and stuff. So I'm not quite sure where that's all going to go yet, but I have a pretty good idea. I'm glad to be this far along. It's been a long time.
Good stuff, man. It's good stuff. I've been working on stuff, but I'm not ready to show yet.
Cool.
For those that don't know, I've been working quite surprisingly diligently on the Twin Tower the last week and a half or so.
Ooh.
So that's been making headway. I will describe kind of what I've been doing. So I've been doing a lot of silver plating plus some oxidization of metals, a little bit of burnt carbon here and there, a little bit of burnt reds and purples and yellows, and just a little bit of. I wouldn't call it weathering because it really isn't. It's really more just giving things a more visual flair, since a lot of the inner area is silver plated. So a lot of the exhausts and stuff are getting a little bit of that treatment. The green is a massive pain in my ass. Finishers it reacts differently to a lot of different things, so it's something to be careful of if you guys want to try it in the future. It is the green I'm using is Finishers Pure Green. The problem with their Pure Green is it's very translucent. It's almost like a clear green, so it requires quite a lot of layers for me to be able to give it a very nice solid coat.
Get that opacity up.
Yeah, so it's otherwise it's been pretty good. I have most of the upper torso at this point painted. I'm wondering. So I don't know. I need to talk to the client about this. I don't know if he wants color separation within the actual torso itself, minus like obviously the different parts. Right now, the chest is mostly that green plus a little bit of blue underneath it. But I don't know if he wants like different shades, because otherwise then we'd have to talk about other things. So.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is one more thing I kind of want to talk about. Give me one moment because I gotta bring it up.
So for the Twin Towers, how tall of a stepladder are you using to paint it?
At least half. You fool! You fool!
You fool!
But so if you guys haven't watched any of Zach's earlier like video that he posted this morning, or the 8-hour live stream he did of building his Fenix last week, or was it a couple of weeks ago? I can't remember. He has launched a new brand called Pretty Cool Plamo. There is a limited version of this shirt, which is in kind of a gray heather or dark gray heather with lavender and white on the logo, and then on the back is my logo. Now, it was not my decision to make my logo this big. That's a Zach decision. You have to go take it up with him. But this is a very limited item. So once January 1st, 2022 hits, so in a month's time or a little under 2 months, this will be gone. So if you guys want to pick one up, please do. I mean, he also has like a whole bunch of pretty cool designs on here. So give it a look. I like them. I picked some up. They're on their way to me. And if you guys want to pick up a Tabs one, please do. Now, do note that some of the profits for this T-shirt go towards me, which then I will then kind of put back into Built Sideways and Critical Builds. So
nice.
Yeah, any help in that regard, and plus you get a pretty cool T-shirt too. So yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah, bro!
Cool.
Congratulations, that's dope.
Thank you.
I'm shocked that it's purple. I wouldn't have expected.
What? How could it not be? Could you imagine if I was like, I told Zach, yeah, make it red and black or red and blue? I'd be like, what?
I want yellow.
Orange. All orange with the yellow writing. No, let's see. Cody Flyers asked if I have a glass case where I put some on my builds.
What up, Carl?
Yes.
What was it? How are you now? How are you now?
Oh shit, Carl.
Yeah.
What up? I saw your face on the Instagram internets.
Yeah.
The internets.
I sincerely hope, Carl, I don't know if you're home yet or not, man. If you're still on vacation, I sincerely hope you're enjoying your vacation right now, man. I hope you're having fun, relaxing. As with everybody else who has just finished up SCGMC and may not be going home yet and hanging out and stuff. Oh,
literally
just got back from Cali.
Damn, dude. I beat you to it, Pabs. And he jumped on to listen to us / watch us because you're only looking at Jonathan's Super Saiyan face.
What I like is
talk about a good live action anime.
Whenever I talk, you can see like that little circle thing kind of just pulsate a little bit. It kind of looks like the Dragon Ball energy as she's powering up. You know what I mean? Just,
she's very slowly building up for a spirit bomb.
Yeah.
I think it takes like a season and a half to build up for a spirit bomb that just goes like this.
Ricardo Fury says, "No, you gotta say it with a Canadian accent. How are you now?" It's from Letter Kenny. I don't know how to say. I don't know Canadian accents, man.
Come on, Pat's is like,
"How are you now?" How's that? I don't know. If you ask me to speak in a Liverpoolian accent, how are you now? Yeah.
What's up, Johnny in the spot says, hello, chat. Hello, host. Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you. I hope you're doing well also.
Johnny. I will say this, and I'm going to turn on my camera for this. Oops, that's not the right thing. Let me turn on my camera real quick because I want to say this, right? Because so SCGMC just passed. It looked like everybody.
What happened? It passed?
Yeah, it passed. Like it had just gone this past Saturday.
Oh no!
And
is there a funeral?
It looks like no. It looked like everybody had a good time. It looked like everybody had a good time. Everybody was, all the builds looked great and all that stuff. I was very bummed out that I couldn't participate. But I just want to thank those Gundam guys, Clem, Angel, Freddie, and all those guys that organized and put the whole thing together, because it's one of the few events that I look forward to every year. And I was bummed out that I couldn't go this year, but the fact that it happened this year and everybody had a good time, and I heard nothing bad coming out of this event, and it was all just, for the love of model making and the appreciation of people's hard work. So good stuff. Congratulations on a job well done, and congratulations to all the winners and all the runners up.
Hell yeah. Looks like it was a good time. It was a good showing. I saw a bunch of great photos from Robert Kurtz, and even Carl had a bunch of photos and stuff too. Manny, Julio were out there. Good shit.
So Carl says it was perfect, like SS John Lin. Got to do everything I wanted, meted and hung out with peeps, got to see all the models judge 2 categories, had a shit ton of food, then went fishing and caught 7 fish.
Nice.
Good shit. Fish, dude. Yeah.
Jeff Longman says, how's it going, eh?
I don't know what that means.
How's it going, eh?
I mean, I don't understand how the accent. How the accent works.
That's Wisconsin. Mine's more Wisconsin though. Scotty. But I've been out here on the East Coast for far too long to really be able to do it.
And I'll be remiss to say congratulations to Manny for winning a gold coin. Well deserved, hard work paid off.
Black coin.
But yeah, it's a black coin, of course.
Oh shit! What up, Mike?
What up,
Rinaldi?
Mr. Rinaldi?
Forrest Ghost as well. How you doing? Welcome. How you guys doing? We're just talking about SCGMC, most recently transpired.
Indeed.
Last year, Pabs and I participated in the online SCGMC, which was a good time. And I too, like Chris said, am stoked that I was able to go down in person this year. Looked like it was a great success. And we'll wait 2 weeks to find out for sure. And that's a COVID joke. And maybe get to go next year. That'd be kind of awesome, I think.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I would have a little one
I'm down
at that point. However, I think it'll be. I hope it'll be a good time. I don't know. I've not traveled with babies.
I couldn't give you any advice on plane travel that young.
That's pretty young, man.
From April to November,
it's pretty young.
Little bourbon on the gums.
Yeah.
Ronaldo says, nice. That show takes place in my
same
old
thing for
Lawrence. And then Patty Cakes.
Oh yeah, totally, here. Mike.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Oh, what up, Patty Cakes? Patty Cakes keeps coming across my old videos, like back when I was like trying to fumble through tutorials and stuff, trying to figure things out for myself, and then commenting on them to remember. So I remembered these things that happened, and he recently came across the what was it, like scribing panel lines 101 or something like that, and it was like, oh man, I was using the Tamiya scriber and like carbide scribes and doing it like a metalworker would approach it, because at the time I was mostly a metalworker, so pretty awesome. It's nice. It is like a nice little rundown nostalgia to see like where I was and where I am now. Nicotine patch or 2 chills you out on planes, but
I don't think I can give that to a 7-month old Carl. Just saying. I think it would calm me down, yes. However, I think it might not be a good
Xanax
idea.
for everyone. No,
Yes.
they make like chewable Xanax for babies, right?
I have no idea.
I was like,
I don't
concerned
think
parent.
so.
I can't even feign concerned parent. Oh man, that's a good one.
I think we took my son on an airplane. How old was he? Maybe at least 3, 4,
So the last
maybe.
time-
When we took him to New York first, I think. He was about 4,
yeah.
and it went really well. Like, but I don't know. I would say that it's probably if they're under 1, you're probably fine, and then if they're like over 4 or 5, you're probably fine. It would be that in between time I would mainly worry about. Like
Right.
trying to keep a 2-year-old entertained on
So-
a 5-hour flight. Is it going to be difficult? Like, at 8 months, they don't know any better anyway.
So the last time I actually traveled with a baby was with my little sister back in 1989 when she was maybe 6 months old, and it was to go from London to the Philippines at the time, and that was a very long flight. That's like a 12-hour flight or something like that. I can't remember quite off the top of my head. And this was what, 1999, so we didn't have any of like the personal entertainment centers, behind the fucking seats or anything like that. So
No.
it was like it's as how you would expect to travel with a 6-month-old on a plane with no entertainment, no iPads, no anything. So that's kind of maybe how I'm thinking things will go. But with today's technology and stuff, I'm sure we'll find something for him to peruse.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Yeah, you put on a little cocoa melon, and
I don't even know what that is. Can I?
you will talk to me again in a year.
Oh, brother.
Are you telling me not to look it up right now? I'll look it up. Like,
if you want to watch Coco Melon, you go. It's on Netflix.
okay, I'll take a look later. I don't know what it is.
Little baby bum.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
No idea.
You will. You will.
Oh, you will. You piece of shit.
Oh.
You will.
The song will haunt you.
You will.
I mean, I survived like 5 years of Barney. I'm sure I'll be okay.
Sure.
Well,
It's pretty bad.
Surely, you'll be fine.
I will be. Stop calling me Shirley.
Surely.
Did you guys hear that the Naked Gun director is thinking about making another spoof movie?
really?
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd like to make it down.
With Leslie Nielsen, or
Probably not with Leslie Nielsen, since
is
he is not here anymore.
Is he alive?
No, he passed
I am
away some
not-
time ago.
Very dedicated fan of Let's see how bad of a person I am. Leslie
He died some years ago, man.
Nielsen. Hey, he's Canadian.
Who knew?
He yes, he did die. I was busy then, though.
Yeah, so the 2 gray-haired guys that I know of in terms of comedy was Leslie Nielsen and Steve Martin. Is that his name?
Right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Steve
So
Martin.
Steve Martin is still alive. Leslie
Yes.
Nielsen is not.
Yes, he most recently was mistaken for playing with a schnauzer or something like that, or a little wiener dog or something. on the internet, and it ran around. And Steve Martin was like, "Yes, after a little bit of careful fact checking, I am not insane. I did not remember doing this, and I didn't do it." So it's kind of funny. The internet loves that shit. People jump on any dumb thing they see, like a word clip from or something. It's ridiculous.
Patty Cake says, back in the day, you would say, "Shut up and read the Sky Mall magazine" a few times. I'm sure he won't be able to read that.
True.
Johnny on the spot says, Cocomelon, Pink Fong, and all that imported pseudo-educational free cartoons are brainwashing kids and numbing them to Western values. I'm not even kidding. I watch 13 hours a day.
Well then.
Okay.
Well,
I can't even argue that point because I've never watched any of that stuff, so I don't know.
I don't think it's a thing that's even worth arguing, honestly.
I'll just nod and agree.
Yep.
So what's everybody else been up to? How's everybody's life going? I know one of us fuckers went on vacation recently.
Who?
Boo to you, sir.
I did. I just got back Thursday.
Put you on blast.
It was good. We went to Disney World with my son and some good friends of ours. They have a daughter who's 4, about to turn 5. It was busy, which was
surprisingly busy, right?
Yeah. So we went up last Sunday and came back on Thursday. So we were there mostly through the week, and it was pretty busy the whole time. But it was fun. It was fun to get away from work for a week. Was probably the best part of that. So, we got back. That's pretty much it. I mean, it was cool. It was cool. We stayed on Disney property, so we were able to get in a little early a couple of the days and do all the fun stuff. Yeah.
As a kid,
it was a food and wine festival at Epcot, so that was really cool.
As a kid, I always wanted to stay at that hotel where the monorail goes right through.
The Contemporary.
That's the name. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
I always wanted to stay. I was like, man, this is so cool. The monorail just goes right past, right into it.
So one of the interesting things about the Contemporary is it's like a big A-frame, right? And the monorail goes through the middle. Each of the hotels, the actual rooms, you can take out of the with a big crane. They could take the whole hotel room out like it's a cartridge that goes into the side of the hotel.
Do they blow on the end first to make sure it works properly when they put it?
Yes. We stayed actually in some little cabins. So Disney World and the Contemporary are on a big lake. I can't think of the name of it. It's a completely man-made lake, and we stayed on the other.
Is it Lake Mickey?
No, it's Lake Buena Vista. That's the name of it.
Is it the lake that you ferry through to get to the parking lot, or is that something else?
Yes, that lake.
Okay.
Yeah, so we stayed in Fort Wilderness campgrounds. So you can RV camp there as well, but they also have they're basically trailers, like a single wide trailer that they've dressed up to look like a cabin.
Nice.
But it was fun.
That's cool.
Like I said, food and wine was awesome. So you basically go to in Epcot. It has like a world showcase, a big circle with a bunch of different countries, and it's got England and Germany, Japan, and they add more little booths, and every little booth you stop at has kind of like a little tapas style representation of the country for food, a couple of different ones, and they have a bunch of food and wine from each country, so you drink all day.
That was great.
Sounds like yeah, that was the good part.
Colleen and I just started looking at cruises again today.
Ooh,
we have a credit that's a holdover from the last time we were on a cruise, because we booked a cruise. We always book the next year's cruise when we're on the cruise, like when we're on vacation.
Right. Of course. 2020s.
We booked 2020's cruise when we were on 2019 because we were cruising at the end of January, right? So we got off
before
the cruise. COVID. Right. Yeah. They held us for like an extra 2 hours because there were some people that they were worried had COVID on the fucking ship and didn't tell anyone on the ship because they were quarantined right away. But anyhow, yeah, we were the last cruise ship to fucking leave. and it was wild, or come back for that fucking matter. And it was just crazy, bro. But yeah, so they kept their credit and held it over, and now that everything's calmed down, we're starting to look at potentially taking a little, like a short trip down to the Bermuda, KotoKai, something like that, and just doing a little one, and then maybe taking a bigger cruise, the following year, something more extravagant. Go away for a couple of weeks.
I'll be right back.
That'd be nice. Bye, Peps.
Yes, Johnny on the spot. You do have to watch. That's actually the same lake that incident did happen. That was at the Polynesian.
I don't know about that one.
So all the hotels that are around that lake have little beach access things, right? Now, if you're from Florida, you know that you should never really go in or by fresh bodies of water. Like, as someone who's lived in Florida most of my life at this point, I do not go by lakes. Like, I won't stand there, or I'm very cautious around them, because we're taught that there are alligators in every fresh body of water in Florida. And unfortunately, some very small child was in the water by the beach and was killed by an alligator a couple of years ago. At Disney World. A couple of years ago, like maybe 3-4 years ago.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So
now
they have like fences or rope fences up and notation about not going in the water.
Oh, that's terrible. That's so unfortunate. Yes, Carl, that was Carl's coaster. If you guys didn't see the coaster under my awesome Batman glass of Jameson and Coke, rocking Carl's coaster. Still got a freshie. This one's getting some wear and tear. What's that? So what were you going to say?
I said nice.
Oh, nice. Cool. Speaking of nice, I got something cool in the mail. Border Models 35th scale Leopard 2 main battle tank. Pretty freaking cool. I got this from the good people over at Robot Kai. I'm going to do like some sort of little sort of journal on my buildup on it, because this is my first armor. It's just going to supersede the VAC M16 MGMC fucking meat chopper. You guys don't even need to know these call signs. Anyways, so this is a pretty cool tank. It's a fun kit. It's got like some nice photo etch parts. It's got a little bit of poly caps. It's got some wire stowage or some amendments to it because it's an upgraded model. It's going to be really fun. I believe it's got some articulated tracks and like rack pinion, kind of like the wheels move up and down. But check this out. So I'm looking through it, and you have to assemble the tracks for it. These are the parts for the tracks.
Oh,
I know, right? They're all sealed up in this bag, but I think the bag just actually has a stick on it. But unlike Bandai stuff, you can just
so you have a high grade worth of tracks, basically.
I've got 5 runners that look like that. That look like that. That get assembled into the tracks that go for it. I've been doing looking around a little bit because I know that there are. This is a fairly modern kit. This is pretty new for casting or printing, injection molding, something like casting. So I'm sure that I could find metal tracks, but I'm gonna give these a shot and I haven't done armor model yet. The M16 MGMC, the meat chopper, we're just gonna call it the fucking meat chopper from now on, the half track. That thing has rubber tracks, has rubber bands for tracks. And when I got it, I talked to the guy, because the guy that I got it from also had a huge collection of aftermarket resin and metal tracks and components for different armor, for all the models around. It was an awesome thing. IPMS, it kicks ass. Anyhow, so I was looking for a set of tracks, and I got a set of tracks that I thought might be all right. It was for like a Sherman or something along those lines. And I was like, what do you think about these tracks? Like, you know, he's like, what are you getting those for? And I was like, well, you know, I got this armor here, and I got this other thing. And he's like, well, that's not the right tracks. You don't want to get those tracks. Like, actually, I think that one that you bought has rubber band tracks on it. And I was like, yeah, I know. And he was like, well, I believe that the actual like vehicle had thick rubber band tracks. Like, they were literally a long rubber tire that was the track on it, instead of it being like segmented. So like literally that is the right shit for that. But like for this, different story. Anyway, maybe I'm another glutton for punishment, and I'm just continuing to burden myself with complicated shit. But
2 or 3 days worth of cleanup on just the same track pieces over and 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 over again.
Here we go. Mike Rinaldi says, nice, love armor. And he said, good. Yep, good times. Oh,
so you remember when you put those MG Zaku's together and you absolutely loved the energy cables? Multiply that by 30 and that's where you're at.
They're all bad. Not gonna fucking lie, bro. And I'm a Xeon guy. I put together fucking tons of energy cables. So yeah, all of them. All the double. I don't know. That's all right. I think it'll be okay. Just put on some good music, and I'll just like get in a groove, and I'll go for it. It'll be all right. Helsing Aussie, and it says, I'd love to get that main battle tank from Gundam. I have that thing. I got one. Jeez, when did I add? Do you have one, Paul? From hard graph?
No.
It's not. It's 1/35th scale. It's big.
No, yeah. I think
with dual cannons.
Oh, you're talking about the second one. Love to get the tank from Gundam. The gun tank itself, though, is a 1/100 scale master grade.
Yes,
like
yes.
Tank bottom. I don't know what kind of track.
Yeah. They got to do the origin version of that, man. They got. Oh man, I so hope that they continue on with that. The origin models or the origin designs for the redesigns for a lot of those things were so good.
Yeah.
I just hope that we get some more of it. Who knows, man? This stuff tends to drag out as time goes on. But I think it's like an M16 almost or something like that. Main battle tank from hard graph is awesome. And yeah, I got one 4 years ago or something like that.
I don't have any of the hard graph kits.
I
would like the Core Fighter one. I like that one, but
yeah, that one is tight too. I have the anti-MS like attack squad that comes with like the Gundam arm like flat and like all the bros, and then I have the hard graph the main battle tank. We were just talking about it, but I ordered another one from Joel that got lost in the mail. The postal service consumed it around the holidays. It was full of like t-shirts and like it wasn't the hover truck. The hover truck is tight though. Oh fuck, I can't remember what it was. I think it was like the other one, the other flight one, or maybe it was like the boys in the Jeep with like Ramba Raw or whatever, and his like fatigues and shit. Maybe that one. That's all right though. Hopefully whoever got it in the end enjoys it and it didn't just go to the wastage, you know.
I bet you
That's all that really matters.
Some 5-year-old painted it with testers and enamels.
It's like, whatever. Then great. I did that too when I was not 5. But when I was young, you know, that's fucking tight. Do it, bro. And fucking get stoked and get more and keep going. And that's what matters. Because like how much have I spent on models, Paul? You know, I don't think that one, and then another one that I lost in the mail was exactly the other one that I lost in the mail is that's your overflow. I know.
Yes.
And that's you get it. You're like I told you, you're gonna have to get a storage unit like I have. But no,
or just
another
build
one I lost
shit would probably be a better choice.
Well, there's that too. No, the OG F91. I lost that one around holiday as well. That one got
the original master grade.
Yeah. No. The OG. OG.
Oh, that like the no grade?
Yeah, the no grade 100 scale. Yeah. I got it again eventually because I was collecting them, and I have a whole collection of them new in box unopened now. God, the Dean and Zahn, man. Talk about patty cakes when you find that video. where I was tipsy and I came home and I unboxed some kits, and then it took me like another year and a half to find the same model in new in box. It fucking sucked, man. And that was the last one I ended up needing for the collection to have that whole run. What the heck, dang. Oh yeah, that Xeon fighter plane, that weird Dodai or whatever it's called.
I'm not familiar with that one.
I don't know if I can actually do this and show you guys, but I'll try.
Here we go. Boom. Screen freeze.
Let's see here. Boom. There we go.
Oof, look at that.
Oh, nice.
So
I like
rich.
the burning on the end of the exhaust. Yeah. Yeah,
A little
nice
bit,
heat
yeah.
staining.
Like I said, a little
Very
bit of
good.
like
Mostly just
a
reflections, but
a little bit of carbonization to like the tips where the neck and these things meet. Just a little bit, not much of it. Like enough so that the silver finish isn't so fucking in your face. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, it tarnishes it just a little bit, or just enough to make it visually interesting. And then you can see this is the green I was talking about.
Yeah, that green is rich.
It is very fucking rich, but it does take a lot of layers to be able to get it to this kind of.
Mm-hmm. But in doing that, each time you put down a semi-transparent or a translucent layer of color on top of another
you get
layer,
a lot of depth out of it.
Exactly, just like the classic painters in oil.
And then you can see like the silver plating on the neck. So that's kind of what it should like. It did look like before I started adding the
that bluing is really nice, man. It's a good subtle, and that's the way bluing happens. Like people tend to overdo that shit, and it's like the device is meant to get rid of the heat. It's not meant to just like turn it to holy Christmas colors, like.
Right. So the only things that turn that kind of like those blues and purples, like the heavy ones, is titanium. Like, and which you wouldn't probably make something like this out of. So, assuming this would probably be more along the stainless line, that's very close to the staining you would get on it.
Jesus. Yeah. Titanium exhaust manifold? Like, what the fuck?
I've seen them. They cost more than most people's car.
Yeah, right?
But yeah, so that's kind of the thing I'm working on. I mean, obviously there's two of those plus, let me see here. These fucking weird ass ears or antenna.
Wait, did you say two of those? Two torsos?
No, two the exhaust on each side.
The exhaust. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was thinking two torsos. I was like, that's insane.
A whole bunch of other stuff, and then obviously you guys have seen this before. This is the torso, like the actual like
the waist.
The waist,
the lower torso, the waist. Yep, upper part would be called the cradle. I think is one of the terms that they use in art for that part of the body.
So yeah, I've been working on this, more or less throughout the week. Plus, I'm also working on the high news, so I'm kind of back in full production, technically. I have two projects that are starting up again pretty soon that I have not spoken of yet, but
back on your shit.
Essentially back on my shit.
Welcome back to your shit. Even though you never really left.
It's missed you.
I kind of left for a little while. Like I felt like I clocked out for a bit, and I was just kind of going through the motions, especially throughout like the production of both the Barbatos and the High Nu. I felt clocked out. Like I was like, I got to go up and down these stairs again. All that crap. And I've kind of just gone from hate to avoidance to acceptance. So now I'm in the stage of acceptance where I have to go up and down the stairs. Okay, that's fine. I'll do it. Whatever. Let's get this done. Let's get this over with. I'm doing something I enjoy at the end of the day. So
gotta get the steps in.
Yes. One time when I was doing the funnels, I actually did do a step count, and I essentially did 3.5 kilometers of walking, going up and down the stairs.
Just in the house.
Yeah, so you're turning, a sedentary hobby, like a still hobby, into an active one,
No, just give me a standing desk. It's the same fucking thing. Just keep me in the same spot for once.
Dude, I was mad stationary today. I was.
Just creaking away.
I just sat in pain. Here it is. For you, Pabs.
Every fucking day.
Podcast. Pabs loves it.
Don't move.
Buy another chair.
Tex is trying to steal our viewers.
Oh, is she live right now?
She just started going live.
Doing the decal thing.
Yeah, she's doing some live build thing, which is legit. Yeah, that's right. The launch pad, which is hella cool.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on? All right, I better look at that stuff later. Too many things that I don't care about. Oh, I also did this. I mean, I do and I don't. That's the deal. You have to like selective care, just like selective self care. I primed all these. This is what I was doing right before we kicked off the show. I was priming all those ordnance just to start.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brian. Let me just answer Patty Cakes real quick. It's the 1/100 scale 5-star stories Jagged Mirage Twin Tower. So it's a big 5-star stories kit. It's about 6 feet tall with the cannons.
Really big.
It's
If you go back and watch Brian watch 2019, Pabs talks about it well before I pass out.
And just a little bit before, he's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you're working on that." Brings out almost every resin kit he has.
I pulled out like all this kick-ass resin kits, and then before I get a chance to even say a word, I am knocked the fuck out. I've been drinking for 12 hours, for my defense. So
yeah, he has been. He's right.
Don't do it.
or do.
I'm not your boss.
Let's see here. Helsing Oz Unit says, "I wish Bandai would do the battleships from Gundam just a little bigger than what they have now." I would recommend watching Tex's stream at the exact same time. Don't leave us. Just watch it at the same time. You'll see the 1/144 scale Archangel catapult deck that she's working on right now. It's pretty hefty. It's not the whole thing, mind you. It's not the whole thing.
No, it's just the launch deck.
But the outside of that one, what was the scale that they were using for some of the battleships? It was like 1 to 500.
It's real small, like 1,500 or something like that.
1,500?
I don't know. It's something real.
It's got a 5 in there. They're pretty small. But you can do the what's the name of that show? Hold on. Space
Jeff, you don't leave us, man. Watch it at the same time.
Nah, he's just joking.
I know.
Do we know what it is? I'm curious. I'm gonna look it up. Bandai white base.
Yeah, you could do
1
like
to 1,700. So even smaller than I said, Paul.
The space battleship Yamato kits you can get up to like 1/500 scale, which
Yamato,
they're pretty big.
That's cool.
Yamato.
No, that is cool. Actually, they're fucking amazing.
You know what, Paul?
Too.
Just for that, great. I'm gonna start calling Evangelion Evangelion, just for you.
Evangelion.
Evangelion.
That's so funny. Oh fuck.
Jellian.
Evangelion.
Are you Jellian, bro? I'm Jellian, bro.
Evangelina.
Let me see here. Jeff Long says a dude on Facebook is making a Yamato STL set, or a set that is 36 inches long.
Oh, even bigger. This is a 1, 2.
That's
3,
STL. That's print, right?
Scale.
Yeah.
That's 3D print.
Where did I just see that?
Yeah, 3D print. Yeah. Superstar Destroyer from Bandai scale. It's a fun number. Yeah, right. Because the Superstar Destroyer is like just the longest fucking thing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, one 350 scale they also make. They're like $400, but
yeah, no, I saw some really good ones at actually at Comic-Con when I was there this year, and I almost picked up a Yamato that was fucking like a 1 to was it 1 to 500 or 1 to 350? I can't remember.
They have both of those scales.
I think it was 1 to 5, or maybe it was even like 15. But
So I went to while I was in Disney, they have a Lego store, and I saw the Star Destroyer, the one that's like,
Oh yeah, you
4
mentioned
feet
that.
long, and they had the big Millennium Falcon as well, which was hard to say no to.
Woohoo.
But
Did you say no,
I said no.
Paul?
I said no.
Did you say no, or did your wife say no?
My wife is not a no person.
Yeah.
So unfortunately
She's
for
like, hey,
my,
you want to, you do it.
she's like, do it if you want it.
Yeah, same deal.
So
in my
what
house.
was it like 2 years ago for Christmas? She actually bought me. I have the perfect grade Millennium Falcon that was from her for
Oh,
Christmas.
very nice.
Hell yeah.
Build it.
I remember when you got that. Do you have the
Surely.
there's LEDs and shit for that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
it's a nice kit.
Sick.
Jeff could probably tell us more about it than I could.
Jeff definitely could. Jeff, you want to come on with a Stormtrooper helmet avatar and talk to us about Star Wars fucking models? Because Jeff is a fucking amazing modeler. He's like fucking secret modeler that we're all.
Would you like us to send you a
Paul
John
and I are very
Lynn
blessed to
Super
know.
Saiyan
Girl,
screenshot so you can use?
you just screenshot whatever. He just uses
we
regular.
could could screenshot her hair blue for yours if you like.
Oh Lord.
No, he'll just use the Stormtrooper avatar. He
Don't
always
do it.
uses. That's nice. That'd be cool. Sometimes we'll talk about it, Jeff. That'd be great. I would have to send you a link. That's pretty easy. I'll do it right now. If you're interested, you can join. If not, I'll send you a link next time, or we'll talk about it in the future, brother. Just like this.
Well, this is a
Jeff Thomas says,
problem.
I do use OBS for Google Meets.
Now I am on HLJ and looking at things I shouldn't.
He's in the fucking hole.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
How'd you get there?
There's this really cool Machine and Krieger kit. A Do Yanin? Do maybe?
Jeff, I sent you a link. You're welcome to take a look at it if you want. When you initially join in, you'll be in like a back room before I add you to the actual stream. So you'll have a moment to like look at what you look like and adjust your shit before you jump in if you want to. So there's a big 1 to 2, 1 to 4 Yamato in Japan. Thanks. That's great. If I ever make Japan, dude, I would love to go. One of these days, I'm gonna go.
Yamato. On the bed.
Yamato.
My fucking Yamato. Yeah, like it got stubbed at the edge of the bed last night. Fucking hurt. Killed it. I was like, I can't believe this is happening to me.
When he
What did I
like hit
do
it, he
to
was like,
deserve
Yamato!
Yamato.
Laura was like, Pabs, what's wrong, Pabs? And he was like, Yamato.
Yo, so I told Laura, right? I was like, oh, some like people are starting to call me Papa Pabs, and I was like, I was not expecting anybody to call me that, and she was like, who else is going to call you Papa Pabs? Your son is not going to call you Papa Pabs. I'm like, you're right.
Why?
You're right.
she's like slapped you with the reality check, just real like
He's
solid.
You're right. You're right. You ain't gonna call me that.
Respect for Laura. Oh Jesus, that's good.
She's a real one.
Yo, mama, so Mike.
Yo, mama, too.
That's fucking good. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Oh man, that paint job, that marbling, underpainting. Holy Christmas. I pulled out the fucking magnifying specs with the LED. I even had to change the batteries because the light wasn't bright enough. And today I went through Tron Legacy. I think that's the second Tron movie. I don't fucking know. Whatever the fuck else I watched. But yeah, made it through all the Trons and just focused and painted that shit because I'm using super duper thin down paint on a 0.35 needle with like 8 to 10 psi, and everything that's painted goes down at about like, you know, around a 16th to 5/32 of an inch wide. So that's just like and just like making sure that I hit all the right spots to try to like feather it out and add that like detailed background.
What do you call macross pilots?
Macross pilots.
Yes.
Macross pilots.
Oh, got him.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We can.
Cool.
What up?
What's going on, Jeff?
Hello, Jeff.
I am CAD man tonight.
Cause you're the cat man.
Just trying to figure if I can show that.
Yeah, you should be able to screen share.
Yeah, you can either screen share or you can in turn change where your feed is.
Yeah, I'm just looking it up.
Yeah, no stress. Ain't nobody worried. Jeff has been working on some sick ass Zaku stuff. We talked about it on some of the recent live streams. Yeah, he's made and is working on several very amazing scale, like studio scale. There you go. Studio scale Star Wars stuff, right? Like the Y-Wing.
Yeah, I need to get back to that.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, so this is Zaku stuff.
Yeah, bro.
Good stuff, man.
Having some fun. Look at that. Jesus.
Just paying the fucking bills.
Paying the bills.
So I've been
That's gorgeous.
I've been putting in CAD because the way the dude built it doesn't seem to very articulate, and the built-in pose is pretty derpy.
This is the loot box plus or the loot box plus guy, right? Is this the same design? Okay.
It is. Basically, the joints here at the hip don't move much at all, and the skirts are in the way everywhere. So I'm trying to figure out if I can mod it to make that better.
Oh, sure. Gorgeous. Can you apply? I mean, I don't know. This is just like, the idiot walking into the room. Can you apply any of the, are you applying any of the techniques that Bandai uses for their, like,
Jeff,
well, I only started using CAD like a month ago, so cut me some slack, man.
Jeff is
no, bro. I'm just talking about like mechanics. That's just engineering.
Jeff is a traditional, professional hard surface modeler. These trigons are killing my eyes. They're killing my eyes, man.
I mean,
I know that's how it's supposed to be because it's CAD software, and it's obviously it's a different medium, but like just as a traditional hard surface modeler guy, like seeing those triangles, man, like my teacher would slap me in the face if he saw this.
Well, the problem is the STLs that I have were exported from Blender, and there was something wrong with them, so they're not coming into Fusion nice. Like this part here converted nicely.
So when he gives you the files, does he give it to you in STL format straight?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So when he gives it to you, he's not giving it to you with the option of using it in CAD software.
No, I have to bring it into CAD, and that's been problematic. And at a certain point, I just give up and say I'll use the high triangle versions just to save my sanity. But if you look here, like this is how much play you have at the hip. It's hardly anything at all.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So over here, I'm modifying that part, and this is what it looked like originally. And I'm kind of cutting it. Oops, wrong one. I'm cutting it down so I can get some more movement out of that hip.
Got you more swivel.
Yeah.
And then that's a ball joint that rests within the pelvis, we'll say, from the hip, right?
Oh, God, no, it's not a ball joint.
No?
No.
Jeff.
This, well, maybe it could be a ball joint, but the way I got it, if I just find this.
This is why I'm in trouble.
Not that one.
I would be like, shame you into doing something incredibly difficult. It's out of love, though. Comes from a good place.
There.
Oh, shit, okay.
I need hundreds
Oh,
of.
that's not bad.
I need hundreds of M4 bolts and nuts and stuff to put this together.
Okay, that makes sense. Why I saw the keying in the outer part of the hip, and then I understand now why that's there. Okay, brother. Well, Ian, fuck it, it's cool. Go for it. Yeah, you'll get some play. Hell yeah, right on.
Yeah, I mean, as I get more skilled at this tool, I can probably do more complicated stuff.
Dude, that's great though. That's a good fix.
How does that go together, Jeff? So a bolt goes through that
Yeah,
hole
the
at
other
the
part's-
end.
Yeah, the other part clamps around it, and then the bolt is two parts. So one part is keyed to hit the nut, and then the other side
Yeah,
is
right.
free for the bolt, right? Like standard sound that clamps
Mhm.
together around the and then there's a pin that goes through. So
Yeah, if I
So
turn
the-
that
the-
back,
the
if
problem
I
with-
turn this back on, you can see I have to
Oh, okay, all right.
bolt
Yes,
through
all right.
here.
yeah.
What do you?
So the
do you cover
problem-
that when it's all over, or does that bolt close?
I will be, but that's not the way it comes.
Gotcha.
And then as soon as you get more movement in the leg, then you have to start dealing with skirts.
Oh yeah, that's what you're saying. They're
Yeah,
all over the.
right.
Oh, they
Yes,
just
I'm-
hang there.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the skirt's not on a ball joint either.
Oh no,
No. No. And you can see what the clearance is right now.
Not a lot.
Bad
Probably have to make a cut.
clearance. What clearance?
Probably have to chop a bit. You probably can't see my cursor, but
Can you wedge it? Like wedge them out, or I don't know. Like
Yeah, the problem with doing this is that there's no way to know the tolerances, so it's hard to kind of
you just
meter
make
how
it
you
up as
can
you
wedge
go.
it.
can can you mod it to accept Legos? Like
Technically,
use
yes,
the-
you can. As long
use
as
the
you know
Lego-
the dimensions of the Lego
Yeah.
block, you can technically
yeah,
do
dude,
it.
because Lego is
However-
super duper regular and it's all ABS. But I don't know if that.
However,
would be,
I know 5 other people who are making this thing, and the weight on these things, man. I don't know if
A Lego
Well,
will hold
it's
up.
on a pretty beefy stand, right? So the legs aren't
Mhm.
carrying any weight. You see this panel line here?
yeah.
I'm gonna split the skirt there, and then make
Okay.
it so you can pull down the lower part of the skirt, and there'll be a hinge.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nice.
That's a pretty ambitious plan. We'll see if I can do it.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming this thing was designed and built not to move very much.
He
Yeah,
had
I
a
mean, it
story
has joints
recently of it
that have
standing,
some
right?
play, but it's not really posable.
Right.
I know Richard Flanagan. I think he had fabricated like a metal stand for this thing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't have it in CAD, and I don't know how I'd show it right now, but I've modded the stand too, so the middle part I can pull out and put in different sizes as this thing grows higher.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So you want to know about the Star Wars stuff?
Of course, I love the Star Wars stuff.
Show us the Star Wars.
Oh, I
don't
can't.
know
If you
Show
have
it.
if you have any Yamato
can talk
stuff,
about
show that too.
Let me see if I can
That's-
find the Yamato.
We're good,
stuff.
Jeff. Respect. I'm gonna go get a pale ale. I'll be right back.
He says that, but he's just gonna get some more. Don't let him fool you. He's getting some more right now. Good old H2O. Book of sugar. No, wait, no, that's something else.
I am looking for it.
Book of sugar.
Book of sugar.
H2O. I mean, there's water in beer.
There is water in
The
there.
main ingredient, number one ingredient, water.
The number one.
Well, if you
Top of
didn't
the
have
line.
water, you wouldn't
Numero
have
uno.
beer.
Not
My
part of
point
the
exactly.
shows. What up, Colin? I saw you in Texas stream, and now you're here. I see how it is, bro. Thank you for joining us.
What up, Colin? How you doing, bro? Good to see you, man.
Thank you for joining
Colin,
us.
look at all these amazing tracks that I get to put together.
There we go. There's the Yamato kit.
Hell yes. Yamato.
Love it.
Yamato.
Yeah, I'll be building one of those eventually.
You'll get
I have a lot of models right now, so I need to work on what I have.
Didn't you just add 7 kits to your backlog or what?
No. What are you talking about?
Pabs, that was before I got the leopard.
Prove it.
Prove it.
No. But I know that there's another Revel biplane that's at the fucking drugstore very close to me within walking distance, and no one is going to buy it. And I'm very tempted to go and buy it just because I want to make sure that it goes to a good home.
Yamato.
If I have any good Star Wars stuff up, let me.
So Jeff's been working on this fucking like studio scale Y-wing. So when I was a little kid, and Star Wars was around because I was born in '79, so Star Wars was hype, like super hype by the time I was born. And I saw Jedi in the theater; it was great. And I love the Ewoks movies, and everybody hates them, but I was alive at the time when the child, so they were fucking good. Who gives a shit? Teddy Ruxpin is a monster. Who gives a care? Anyhow, but so when I was a kid, I wanted the X-wing toy, and I wanted the whatever and the other things, all the cool shit, but you get what you get because it's supply and demand. So one thing I got that was super kick-ass and crazy was the Ewoks playset, right? And that came with these like big trees and this whole thing you put together, and it had like a net and all this stuff, and that net was a knot within 15 minutes. Anyways, never became anything more than a knot from 15 minutes of me getting that toy. But the other kick-ass thing that I got was a motherfucking Y-wing bomber. And I wanted the X-wing, but all they could get was the Y-wing. That right there. And I didn't understand. I loved it because I love toys and I love the detail on it. But like, I didn't understand the fucking beauty of this fucking machine until I was like 20. Like
it is what it is.
Yeah, so this is
right.
This is somebody else's build, but it's essentially what I'm doing. It's basically taking a 3D printed core and then covering it with vintage model kits that were used in 1975 for the first movie.
All the Greeblies.
Jeff, I'm just gonna go off topic real quick and say you sound like somebody who should be on VFX Artist Reacts on Corridor Crew.
Okay.
Corridor Crew? You should be on Corridor Crew.
You should be on Corridor Crew. Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what that is.
It's one of the best channels you could follow. Trust me.
Yeah, you'd enjoy it.
I'll take your word for it.
You've been, and I know I've known you for several years now, Jeff. I know that you've been collecting the various models. There's a whole list of shit that you have to acquire to be able to reproduce this build. Am I correct?
Yeah, so most of these models are out of print, so you have to get them on eBay, and they're insanely expensive. Some of them $500-$600 to use like 4 parts. And I've been collecting them for, I don't know, 5 years. And I was expecting to be collecting them for another 5 and spending probably $25,000 in the end for all these model kits. But somebody on the RPF, the Replica Prop Forum, managed to get all the parts, and he made resin copies of a lot of them. So that's what really made it, to the point where I could start printing the core and start, trying to build it. It got sidetracked. I need to get back to it. I have all the bits now.
That's amazing, man. The Replica Prop Forum, the RPF, was where I got started back into scale modeling. So that's pretty righteous.
Yeah, so on the RPF, there's a sub forum that's just studio scale, and people in there are friendly freaks. They are so intense on creating models that are exact to the millimeter to the original shooting models.
Dude, the rivet counting is like in its most superb form.
Definitely. I'm not going for that level of detail, but
that's fine.
I wanted a big boy.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I mean, if you get it close enough, and especially if it's for yourself, like, it doesn't fucking matter,
It's not for a studio.
I respect the hustle, though. You know, I absolutely respect the hustle for that, like attention to detail and that wanting it to be perfect. So that replica platform, the studio scale threads, and that whole end of it is like amazing.
Yeah, so
I was
people
just doing
spent like 12 years tracking down all the parts for each of the models, and it's kind of nuts. I mean, I'm writing on the backs of giants because, like, 8 years ago, people would just go, "Oh, that looks like a tank kit," and they'd go out and scour the world for a tank kit and spend $150 for it just to see the parts in person, and usually to find out it wasn't the right kit.
Right. Because when these guys were building this shit, they were just pulling from whatever.
Right. Well, you're talking.
It was
They weren't thinking about how
70
can we
whatever. So
Yeah, how can we recreate this for future use? They were just like, how can we do this now?
Yeah, and the thing is, like in the old, the Revels and the Bandais of the world, the old school Bandais, like the molds for these kits, didn't get trashed in 1985, right? These keep getting reissued and sold to other companies, so you can actually track the tooling for a kit through Skillmates to see what's available now. So if I can't get the original 1975 kit, I could find, and I have found, kits from the 80s and 90s that came from the same tooling, which is much cheaper. But the purists on the RPF would never, do that.
Of course not, because the fidelity is going to be slightly different, or like the casting quality is going to be, like an A or a B plus or an A minus quality versus a triple A quality or whatever.
Well, I mean, these kits from the 70s didn't have great molds to begin with, right? So,
but if you get the idea behind the whole molding thing, I think still reigns true. Like the earlier the mold, the better the cast from it is going to be. And then everything that is subsequently created from that beyond, unless you go for a full retool where they go into like do what you're doing in CAD. I mean, you're going to be 3D printing it, but if they go so far as to CNC machine it and then like produce another mold from like redesigned IP or reworked IP new mold, like that's different than like a recast or something along those lines where you're going to lose fidelity. So I think that like some of that shit that came out like in the 80s, especially in the 90s, like the fidelity gets bad. Like I remember shading a lot of flash. But then again, early kits too, it was that way too, because they didn't have mold technology. So they couldn't make high quality molds that could produce a lot. So, I guess maybe I'm talking myself in a circle here.
Well, the thing is, when the original models were built, they didn't try to perfect the parts. So a lot of the flaws in the kits showed up in the original models, and they want to duplicate every flaw.
Ah, gotcha.
It's the same with the Ghostbuster guys, right? Like they want to make sure that all of that stuff, every single piece, is either a carbon copy or the actual piece that they had used to make that greavy on the proton packs.
The proton
or
packs, yeah.
The goggles or the ectometer, or I can't remember the name of the fucking meter. Right
it's all good. Yeah, EK meter. Yeah.
EK. Thank you, good sir.
Yes. I seen the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, so I mean, if this 1/500 scale Yamato battleship turret that's used was cut off the sprue and left a little nub on the original, they want that on their replica.
Oh, that would drive me nuts.
But at the same time, I gotta respect the hustle.
Yep, me too, man. Like it's a dedication to attention to detail of something that they watched as a kid and then just rewatched it throughout their adulthood, and wanting that because even if it is a mistake or a defect, it's a part of history, and they want to recreate that history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, especially with the Millennium Falcons, because like the 5-foot Falcon is ginormous, and there's probably, I don't know, less than 10 RPF members who finished one, because it takes a decade just to find the parts.
Yeah. And then build the whole fucking thing.
Well, I mean,
and then
you absolute mad lad.
The last guy who finished it, once he had all the parts, he had it done and painted in less than a year.
There's got to be a certain amount of pressure to that
I
too,
suppose.
because like, you know, I could paint my Bandai kit and like, if something gets fucked up, like, I mean, ultimately I'm just out a couple $100 for a new Bandai kit that I can, you know, order online today and have tomorrow. But
Right.
you know, if you spend 10 years amassing parts and you have one fuck up, you probably like ruin your whole year.
I want you to say that if you fuck up your Millennium Falcon.
What?
Yeah. Okay.
Paul's got a PG Millennium Falcon.
700, was it $700?
No, it's like 200 and something bucks.
Is it 200?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe 3. Let's call it.
Let me think of something a little more expensive that you have. Fuck.
I think that's the most expensive
that he's gonna build. Tyrannosaurus.
Your Mechanicore stuff is more expensive.
Those were all under 300.
He doesn't.
I bought
have
them as they were coming out.
The Ziegler. Yeah, he doesn't have the Ziegler.
Yeah,
I'm the idiot that wants the Ziegler.
Yo, I just saw someone online pick up the red Ziegler. I can't remember the name of it. Look at that 5-foot monster.
I love it.
Yeah, it's insane. But the thing is, these guys have studied, because they had to go and find the parts. They know exactly where everything goes. And,
oh yeah,
you know.
Are they using an engine? Is that a hoist or I can't remember the word for it either.
Oh yeah,
it's an engine stand. Yeah,
engine stand. Thank you.
Yeah. So this guy, he built an MDF core, and then the saucer thing is to normally the way ILM did it is they had plexiglass domes blown.
Oh,
what he did is he built the MDF forms and he had them vacuum molded.
Oh sure, that makes sense. Yeah, you could totally do that.
God damn, dude. It's crazy.
It's better than making that fucking crazy orange peel pizza pie that goes around that. Like, I'm trying to get it smooth. Like, yeah, definitely vacuum formed would be the way to go. Can you imagine the size of the vacuum form? Because that thing's 5 feet, right? Like,
the diameter of the domes is 4 feet.
Well, okay, so all right, so tip to tail like that, 5 feet. So yeah, 4 feet. Still, a 4-foot vacuum form is a tremendous thing.
If I recall correctly, this guy's name is Stu. He actually had it done in quarters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jeff,
cool.
You're lying. His name's
right.
Jack. It's Jack.
Listen.
Jack 2155. Jeff, when I was at Hollywood Studios last week, I saw like the full size Falcon. I mean, obviously, it's I don't know how true it is to to the movie. I think it's out of the newer ones anyway, but it was really cool. I'll have to post some pictures.
The replicas that are at Disney in Florida were made by members of the RPF.
Were they?
I saw the original at the Smithsonian. Oh God, in the early '90s. It's such an amazing model.
That styrene piping that he's showing there is just gorgeous.
It is absolutely meticulously applied. Like, just thinking about applying that hurts my brain. Not my brain.
No way.
Hurts my wrist.
It just takes...
looking at my watch, going, I've spent like 6 days on this.
I spent 15 years as a metalworker, and it's all the same shit, but it's way smaller and very much easier. I made shit out of I bent copper tubes that cost like $2,500 a piece for this fucking Super Bowl Pepsi bullshit that we did back in the day. Fuck everything. Anyway,
I 100%.
But yeah, it's like
there,
precision bend that shit way harder than playing with some styrene.
I'd be like, man,
You see those notches in the hull plating?
Uh-huh.
So every one of those is exactly the same as the shooting model. They've gone through and measured it out. They're using photogrammetry to make 3D models of these things.
That is how you do it, man.
The cool part is, or what stands out to me when you see some of these things, right, is that obviously for the original movies, the painstaking hours it took for them to make a model, and probably why those movies stand out, so much. Like the attention to detail and the world building is so evident when you look at a kit like this, that it wasn't just, slapped together, right? Like it wasn't the simplest thing they could do in the shortest amount of time.
No, it was like they had poured a lot of love into the original model And
Right.
I think
when you look at like the new ones, I mean, it's I don't have a problem with CG, but it's just not the same like visceral feeling when I remember being a kid and watching the first Star Wars and that opening scene where the Star Destroyer flies over your head, and there was just something very like real about it. Granted, graphics have changed pretty significantly over the last couple of years, but something felt very like awe about it. Like you couldn't help but be in amazement.
Well, it's not to the same level as something like this, or something as the original Star Wars did. It's why I still kind of advocate a lot of tokusatsu series like Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, because they still use practical effects and practical prop making to be able to make their armors and stuff like that. And like I said, it's not to this level because this is an insane level of dedication and time and resourcing. But it's still practical stuff, and it still makes you think, man, somebody had to make that and make it look like it's a physical thing that materializes from nowhere, and it's cool.
Right.
Are you familiar with this, Jeff?
Familiar with?
Yeah,
the model design and blueprinting handbook.
I have that. I have both editions or both volumes.
You have both? Nice. This is a great book. If you're looking at trying to reproduce things like from scratch and starting out, this is a great place to go.
So I'm going to try to show you this because this is the most put together this thing has been in 2 years. Oh god, I don't know if I can actually do this, but we're gonna try. So this is the most it's ever been together.
And that's just dry fit, right?
This is just dry fit. Yeah, this isn't
get any poster putty in there.
Nothing. Nope. Like this is what 2 years of work has done. So it's like I've been trying to make sure everything fits well. I've been getting rid of so many imperfections on this thing, and there's still a ton. But I'm like, at this point, no one's going to see it. He's not going to see it. So it's like this right here from the bottom of the crotch area to the head is roughly about the height of high knee.
Wow.
So it's a pretty monstrous thing.
And that's the Hainu conversion, not the OG Hainu. Yeah,
correct. So the OG Hainu is even shorter than this
by far.
Yeah. So it is. It's getting there. Is all I can tell people. Is like, yeah, I'm working. I'm like people don't realize even when I'm not talking about it, I'm actively working on it. But it's
I know.
There's just not. There isn't anything worth looking at when I work on it. Up until now,
I think about you sometimes, Chris, when I'm on the train to the city in the mornings, and I'm like, I bet Chris is still working on that high new, and he's just not talking about it. Like, at first I thought you were fucking off. Not gonna lie. At first I thought you were fucking off, but like then we questioned you a couple of times, and you were like, "Oh yeah, this and that, and oh yes and that," and like I know the way you talk about something that you're working on for a very long time, and it's wearing you down, and you sound like that, or you sounded like that, and I was like, he's seriously fucking working on this the whole time.
Yeah,
and you're just not talking about it because it's painful.
There's nothing to talk about. That's why it's like this is the first time this is seen. This is the first time it's been put together this much, and also the first time I've ever shown it, like in this state. Because usually I'd show bits and pieces of it, right? Like here's here's like the lower torso, and here's the silver I did to this and all that. So this is the first time I've seen it. I'm gonna cry a little bit.
No, for me it's a similar way with the A10 that I've been working on because there were so many corrections and amendments that I had to make and going back and forth. So I couldn't post those things. I'm not going to post my, oh, look, I sanded a seam again and fuck, I had to fill it again. Like, I'm not going to post that. Like, so every time Instagram feed and it's all like punctuated, like every other post is like a critical or no, a built sideways announcement. It's like a built sideways announcement and then like 2 posts and then another built sideways announcement. So like those are 2 weeks apart. Like I'm not doing a lot.
So it's like every time this thing, the surface of this thing like got hit by primer, there'd be something I'd see and be like, oh crap, I need to sand that down and do this again. And then I'd hit it with primer again, like, oh man, this thing is warped. I got to do this again. And like, I'm not just working on the torso at this point. I'm also working on the fucking backpack. And the backpack, I haven't even touched the large pieces yet. It's all these. It has like these small kind of the back of bullet things that go in the backpack. and those are like I think there's like how many pieces is your track, Brian?
I'm
1
gonna,
million.
like eyeball it, okay?
It's probably if I wouldn't. It's probably 40 pieces of runner, and then what? 5 runners.
Oh, Paul.
He's actually physically counting it.
Stay quiet so he doesn't.
How many did you think it was, Paul?
40 per runner.
40 per runner.
And then how many did you think it was otherwise?
You said 5 runners earlier.
Yeah, 5 runners. It's 108 parts per runner.
Oh,
At
so
5
well,
runners.
you know,
So it's like, it's not a lot. It's like,
550.
So not counting the small pipes that go from the torso to the legs to the backpack, plus those small circular missile things. We're counting around. I was counting at around about 670 pieces, and I'm having to correct. And almost all of the pieces have like either some warping or mold,
It's resin or
mold lines.
pinholes or
Pinholes.
whatever. Yeah.
It works. Yeah.
Dude, brother, I feel you. I
And
know
I work
resin
maybe-
casting. I know.
I work
so
maybe
sorry.
2 or 3 hours a day on this thing, right? Like, minus taking away from all of the other projects I'm fucking working on. Yeah, it's been 2 years to this almost to this week, I want to say, or maybe a bit more. But yeah, this is as much as it looks like. There's not much to this. Like it's been a long time coming that I'm actually able to apply paint to pieces.
Yeah, it takes a long time.
it's-
Yeah, just correcting the warping in the uprights and all that shit. It's gonna be
the pipes on the green part that go under the arm, that wouldn't fit the first time I had this thing. They wouldn't slip in.
2
Did you
years.
do the hot water trick, or what'd you do?
Yeah, it was the hot water trick. Yeah, boiling water, put in there 6 seconds, took it out.
That'll do it.
If I worked on anything for 2 years, I'd look like this.
I wish, Jeff. I wish I could grow my shit like that. I cannot. This is as big as long as it gets.
I feel you.
I can't even get the cheek shit that Paul has. None of this shit.
Nope. I got 2 moles. They each grow like 3 hairs on the edge. That's it. I get one random stray from up here.
Scary grandma moles.
Yeah, this motherfucker only pops out like every full moon. And all of a sudden it's like, surprise, motherfucker. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing out there? Get out of here. Shave him off. I'll be back.
But yes. So even if I'm not actively talking about it or showing you guys progress, I am actively working on it and getting some shit.
Oh my god, damn. Whoa.
Woo! All right, Mike. I need you to spend at least $7 on one of these, and then tell me how quick you can get this shit done, because I cannot. I'm like every time I hit it with something, I'll be like, all right, this is ready to go. I see something else. I'm like, for fuck's sake. I remember specifically on the long cannons, right? The
vertical
end
parts,
of those cannons, right?
Yep.
So that was going straight up, maybe 2/3 of the way, and then it was bent at least 10 degrees to one side. I was like, holy shit, how do I fix this? Because it's massive. So I had to put it in a metal tin that's the right length. Put water in there, then put it in the oven. Because that's how big it was. I couldn't put it on anything else. There was nothing else for me to put it in. Unless I had like a campfire, like a fucking camper gas thing, and put it on top there. That would be way too long.
Right?
Yeah. I don't want to waste money on it. So
it would have taken too long too, or even induction. Like, don't do that. You're not going to get hot enough.
Exactly. So I put it in the
human
oven.
thing.
I think I put it in there for maybe 2 minutes. I think 3.5 minutes or something like that. It got pliable enough for me to be able to like slightly bend it. And I swear to God, I thought I heard cracking, and I started to cry. I was like, "Don't do this to me! Don't do this to me!"
Why?
That's the roughest part too, like reforming cast resin stuff, or like trying to do
Something
something
that
preserving
Yeah,
detail.
something that big and thick too, because it's all resin, man. Like it's like
it's solid.
just chunk resin. It's not even like fucking
That's
roto
like-
glass or anything.
And honestly, that is like, I'm not gonna try and trash on the caster, but like that is a
No,
fault.
please
in
trash the
design.
caster because
Trash
this is
that
bullshit.
caster.
Like,
It's so bad.
no, I mean, like it could have been done for less with a little bit more R&D, and then make it a clamshell. Make all the parts clamshells,
What's
and you would have been able to
wild-
maintain rigidity and correction easier.
What's absolutely wild to me is right. Like, so the Volks version of this. So this isn't the Volks version. This is the WSD version. I think that's what it's called. The Volks version is it's a big statue. Doesn't move. It's got the cannons that you can kind of tilt down if you want to. But that's all it does, right? The main body itself is a static piece of or several pieces of resin put together, and it stands there and looks pretty. Whatever. This has fucking plastic joints.
Why?
This has plastic Koto joints. Why?
Like the 100 scale Kshatriya has.
Yes.
Yeah.
But at a much larger scale.
No.
Why?
It's not it's the same scale. It's just a
Much
bigger
larger
model.
size.
No, the model is a bigger. Yeah, in terms of bigger, like a bigger model. Yeah, it's
It's a bigger model. The same
And it's
scale.
It's like six
This is
bags.
72 inches tall.
It's fucking 6 bags of joints. I'm like, what do I do with all of this? Why do you need
bags
to
of
move?
joints.
Don't move.
Pabs is showing up to the rave in the 90s with 6 bags of joints. Like trying to turn a profit. No, seriously, like, yeah, that's insane. Because like, what is it gonna hold up? Really, with the level of resin, its stuff is also incredibly
It
heavy.
has 12 metal bases that it needs to keep everything up top, like keep everything on a vertical base.
Why not?
It doesn't
one
need
base with 12 points?
any of this. So it
Doesn't
has
need
like
any of it?
it has like one for the main torso. It's got 2 for like the big giant shields, the big floating shields. It's got 2 for the main backpack, and then there's another 2 for like floating parts. I don't know, man. Like I look at this thing, I'm like,
Huh.
let me see if I can find it. It's got like, it's got all this shit. And you gotta make sure it's standing. Like some of this isn't even attached to it; it's floating. So I don't know.
Show us again.
Making me cry.
Yeah, sorry, I had you on small window. Let's put it on the big window.
I don't even know if this will focus.
Focus.
There you go.
There it is. Yeah.
Show them my
Focus.
magic.
Oh yeah, exactly. Wild.
Focus.
Oh Jesus. My lord, that's insane.
I
What a
can't,
thing,
man.
bro. What a freaking
This
thing.
is. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Why does it need to move? It don't move no more. Oh, yeah, that's right. So when you have the cannons on the horizontal things for it to shoot, there are 2 more
You need to
stands.
have like the 2 for the end.
Yeah, it needs 2
I've
more
seen
stands for each side. There you go.
But did they give you like the massive, like polished, like white oak slab that it's supposed to sit on when it's in the stretch
It's there.
pose?
I remember picking this
with
up
with the 400-year-old bonsai.
I picked this up from I picked this up in front of Galactic. So the guy that wanted me to work on this, we met up at Galactic in Michigan, and it took the 2 of us to carry the box to my car. His car was next to mine, mind you.
God
And we
damn.
still had to carry. We had to go like it was like fucking furniture. We had to go one end like on each other, like carrying it down because it was so heavy. Because of all of the resin pieces, all the metal bits,
And the
all
metal and all that.
all the bases. It's a big box, and it took. I had to ask my neighbor to help me take it out of the moving van when we moved to this house last year. Because Laura
It's all
couldn't do it.
right. Well, of course not.
It was fucking great, but I'm never gonna work on something like this ever again.
It's a one and done.
One done.
All right, time stamp now. and and that will come back to haunt you.
No, no. So Chris Callens, the problem with this thing is it was made back in 1999, and this has somehow survived 20 years of being moved around Japan, Korea, and Hong Kong, and
God damn.
it has taken an absolute beating with the
Yeah.
for some reason when they packed this, the smaller stuff was at the bottom and the larger pieces were up top. So a lot of the smaller pieces got warped due to the weight of it being pushed down, and then the larger pieces just warped over time. Just I guess through
That's how
time.
big resin goes.
Yeah,
It
so
warps.
I don't knock it for what it attempted at the time, but age has definitely caught up with this thing. So it's just a lot of work to make sure everything fits and everything is
Right.
good. So
Yeah, have you ever built any of those Zakos from the old 90s, from the 90s? Like what? Xeon Dukedom, Zaku? Like that shit's
working on this
crazy.
thing, I don't want to work on anything past 2004 ever again.
Dude, I hear you.
Never again.
Yo, the Fairchild, the Thunderbolt is from 1991. So
I'm sorry, that's past my statute of limitations.
hey, I'm gonna be building a Gremlin, which is from like 1970, pretty soon here.
Jesus,
That's gonna be pretty hype.
That's gonna be cool. Some of these old ones are definitely a cool ones. Like the ones that Julio picked up at SCGMC, the Cyberform and stuff is really
right.
cool. Like the old ones.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to touch mine for a minute, and I think that's fine. I don't think he is either. So I got shit on the plate.
Manny, how's it going, man?
Yeah, Manny, what are you doing? Welcome. We were talking, and we're still talking.
That's okay. I was eating chips, so I wanted to mute my mic.
I respect that.
How's it going?
Welcome. Congratulations on your gold coin. Am I correct?
Was that 1144 alternate universe?
Yeah.
Nice.
What's funny about the alternate universe? They called my name, and they were asking me, "What is this?" I'm like, "It's a Gundam," and they're like, "Well, it doesn't look like a traditional Gundam." I'm like, "Well, it's supposed to be in the IBO universe because they were originally going to put it in the category where Julio put his mecha category."
Mm-hmm.
So just out of Bandai side, I guess. I'm like, no, this is my version of a Dantalion in the IBO universe. And oh, okay, all right, so it could stay here. I'm like, okay. I'm glad it did.
Who was questioning? Who was questioning Manny?
I forgot his name. It was one of the judges.
I want to give him shit. Tell him.
It was Julio. Don't.
No, it wasn't Julio. I found out that Carl was one of the judges too, so he gave me some feedback on a couple little pointers and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay. I explained to him what was going on. He told me what he liked about it. He said it stood out compared to all the other kits because it's just basically Bandai kit, scribed, color different. That's it. I'm like, I understand. So I guess their thing is if you're gonna go to AU, they want something new, something refreshing. So that's what I'm gonna do. And that's what I've been doing. I don't know who the other judges was. I think one of them might have been Squee because they were over there, but I don't know.
So how was your first SCGMC, Manny? How did you find the experience? Rate out of 10, my friend.
It was magical, so it's definitely above 10. It's way different than MosquitoCon, obviously, because MosquitoCon is a different thing.
Yeah, MosquitoCon is IPMS is traditional modeling.
But to be in a room with just nothing but Gundam models or of that and to see everybody there, the place was packed. I'm like, holy shit. It was really magical. I really enjoyed it a lot. It's definitely a staple for something to do for next year. And now that they announced that it's the theme next year is Titans.
I saw that.
So that's gonna be pretty fun. I'm gonna enjoy that. Yeah. I had a good time.
Nice. I'm glad you had a good time, bro. And the answer, Patty Cakes, was Chris Collins is also saying, Patty Cakes says, speaking of Thunderbolt, do you guys know if they made a kit of the Rick Doms in episode 1 with the big backpacks? Couldn't find them on a Google search, but I feel like I've heard of them. And Chris Collins says, no, there is not the Thunderbolt Doms, Googs, or the flight types. But the Origin Proto Dom is an amazing little high grade kit if you were looking to play with a little high grade Dom action. But yeah, no, they're severely lacking the Thunderbolt kits, and I'm a huge Thunderbolt fan, so I feel your pain. I actually started making my own custom master grade GM like special GM type out of like a quell and a ground type, and like started customizing shit. So yeah, I know, I feel your pain. Like, it's fun. Those things are cool and be fun to do. Oh shit, what's up? I've seen this before.
Yeah. I
have a question about old Resin. I have a bunch of Neograde stuff, but I never knew what years those were produced.
It's anywhere between 2001 and 2003.
Okay, because they're good casts.
Mm-hmm.
They're the best I've ever seen.
They're really good. Like back then they were that kind of the standard. Because I mean, a lot of these places. I mean, even now, I guess. When those were made, they were made like literally in a garage. So like quality control, design, all that stuff was one person, and it never went to a factory to be mass produced. It was just there and then, and whenever orders were needed, they were sent out. So that's why casting on those is excellent, and not usually. There's not usually a lot of mold degradation since it was such a low run. Hello, Timothy.
Look at this man.
Hey, Jim.
Hi.
Tim.
What up? Look at that. Is that a floor there, Tim?
Did you trim your drywall?
That is concrete.
Did you kill the black mold?
Yeah, of course.
No problem. I like the aspect ratio on your most recent video. I feel like we're hanging out together because
Okay.
I'm taller than you.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Love you, bud.
Yeah, you didn't have to explain that one, asshole.
It ain't that fucking bad. It ain't that.
Oh
fucking
my
bad,
God.
No, how's it fucking going? No, for real though. How's it going? Yes. Accept it. How's it fucking going?
It's going crazy. Like, so I got all the tack strips pulled up. Those are nasty little fuckers.
They suck.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
I mean, it's like industrial rose bush thorns and
Yes,
stuff.
it
It's
is.
crazy.
They're like
they're
curved?
nasty.
No, it's just the way that they're designed. It's yeah.
It's got a bunch of small little nails essentially sticking up to hold the edges of the carpet down.
Spike strips from hell. Yeah, it holds the edge of the carpet down.
Yeah, and no matter how careful you are, you always get bit by them, no matter what, even with gloves on.
Yep.
Yeah.
So all that's up. All that's in a Home Depot bucket, cut up out of here. Got the trim pulled up finally. Discovered some things that are good, some things that are not so good. Of course. So
I'm loving the
I'm gonna fix
acoustics
those.
in this room.
What?
I'm loving the acoustics because you sound obviously you sound
echo.
I don't know. Well, you sound echoey right now, right? But the moment you have your flooring in and all your stuff in, and you have your mic, it's gonna sound crispy.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna do acoustic panels and the whole 9 yards in here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, and then I just decided this last night, so it wasn't in the first video. So this wall right here will be a feature wall.
Oh, snap.
Nice.
Yeah, I got some plans for this bitch.
My pad.
And this is the wall. Huh?
You better have. Are you gonna do those little post-it notes, and when you stick them on the wall, you kind of bend over a little suggestively?
Jesus Christ.
No.
Tabs is loving this.
Little maid outfit.
Anyway, but this is the wall with the funky. Here, let me.
Hold on, I'll give you full screen. There you go.
Yeah, with the fucked up corner.
Right.
Corner bead.
That I gotta fix. Spoiler alert for those of you that didn't know about this. So this wall has like a 4-inch like mini wall here. So I figure what I'll do is make this section that is somewhat recessed, like a feature wall, and bump that. It'll bump out, and it'll be all the same. It's all the same surface. So
Okay.
I think it'll look great.
Cool.
Is there something behind that corner? Like why the 4-inch pushback?
Yeah, right. No, actually, for some strange reason, the foundation is bumped out a little bit there. I don't know why.
It could be, honestly, it could be a thing where like some of these houses are plan houses, and so they have like a template that goes into the ground, and then you can add space on for extra value or extra dollar. And sometimes it's a possibility. Like weird things happen in construction.
There could be a drainage pipe back there.
Yeah, it could be a wet wall, right? It could be anything.
Yeah, I don't know. But you can see in the corner, behind that hollow space, there's obviously concrete. There's cinder block back there or something. I don't know. But it's a concrete-like material. Let's put it that way. So this will be a feature wall, and I think it'll look really fucking dope. Honestly, because
can you explain the feature wall, Tim? What is a feature wall?
Not a feature. So a feature wall is just basically a decorative wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? Like, what's your plan? Or is that a surprise? Your plan for the feature wall?
I'm gonna save that. I'll tell you
Cool.
all.
Keep it stum.
Very cool.
After, but for mass consumption, I think it's gonna. I'm keep that under wraps.
Super cool. I'm excited. I've worked on many feature wall elements through my years as a metalworker, so that's cool, bro.
Well, the cool thing is what I'm thinking is this feature wall will double not only as a really cool aesthetic, but also functional for organization and stuff like that.
Interesting.
So not only will it look fucking cool, I can put shelves pretty much anywhere on that feature wall.
Okay.
Or little organizational like things. I don't know.
I hear you.
But,
I'm not going to try and spitball with you live because I don't want to spoil anything. So
yeah,
cool.
Yeah. So think like French cleats. But yeah, think like French cleats. Yeah, but not the French cleat wall.
Sure.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I like it.
So
I like it. There's a lot of variants. You can do that.
After. But for those of you like not within the inner circle, you're SOL.
I call it the tribe. Fucking tribe.
Well, thank you for sharing that little snippet with the greater audience.
Tribe equals circle.
Oh man.
You've been going hard on that too, man. Like I didn't think you were gonna be going in that quick. I thought you were gonna, take your time, do a little bit of it.
He's been at it for a while though, right?
A little bit, yeah. So here's the thing. Like the way that the townhouse is right now, everything is dependent on something else getting done, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So like it's getting stupid cold outside in the morning. So I have this wonderful garage that I can fit my car in, but all my shit for the studio is in there, right? So to get all that shit out of there, I've got to get this done.
Got it.
Necessity
Well, and to keep your sanity, you also need a place to work and do Child of Mecha stuff.
Dude, tell me about it, right?
So Patrick has a question for you, Tim. Are you going to have a display case or something for your kits?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. I don't know about in here because there's this like empty corner in my living room that I'm kind of thinking that would look great for display cases. But it's still all
Nice.
up in the air right now.
Yeah, well, get yourself some vitrines, some lighted display cases. Fuck yes. Make that shit
Well,
nice.
I'm a huge fan of IKEA. I love
Sure.
IKEA shit.
Mhm.
So I'm bought into the whole Besta line.
Okay.
That's what I had before at the old house, but I'm currently using that display case in the master bathroom to hold towels and sheets and all that shit. So that's being used at the moment. So I may invest in some other ones. I don't know just yet. I may build something. I don't know. Because like
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
you know, if you guys saw in the video, like I'm fully planning on building wall cabinets, like just all over the place for storage and shit. So
Look at that. Mike Ronaldo says I use Besta in my office too.
There
Nice.
you go.
I
great
use
fucking design.
I use Made by
I see you,
Brian.
Mike.
I made all this shit myself.
That's Brosta right there.
Yeah,
Brosta.
even this one back here, this one that's like
That's
glass
Brokia.
and shit. That's all me.
Brokia.
All that shit. Yeah.
Nah, that's
Jack of all
Goodwill,
trades,
Tim.
baby.
Word. Me and Brian like run in the same circles as far as skill sets. You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah. I hear you. There's a few, and there is like there's a mix too. There's people that are like, I don't know what to do with this thing, and then there's people that are like, oh, well, I'm gonna do this, and like, oh, that's how I fix that.
Yeah.
So, it's like,
Yeah. Like there's a Venn diagram of me and Brian's skill sets, and it's almost like this.
They're pretty close, yeah.
We're in that inner circle.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh shit.
Fatty,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome, man. Good job.
Well, I tried. You don't know how nervous I was.
Dope, dude. For real, for real.
Yeah, man. That's what I was saying. I was like, hopefully this allows you to gain a little bit of confidence in your skill set.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It doesn't.
Me and Tim literally did the same thing. Put our hands like, oh,
You're only as good as your last build.
Well, that is your last build. So
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well,
I'm 1 for 1. 1 for 1.
oh, shit.
going out
Didn't
on
it-
top.
Honestly, didn't that thing get dismantled
What?
and have to be rebuilt, or was it the
yeah, it had to
diesel
be
gun?
rebuilt several times, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Jackson
Uh-huh.
took
Yep.
nippers and knives to it, so I had to rebuild a lot of parts all over.
So technically, that
Exactly.
point belongs to your boy.
Yeah, right. He inspired me to make it better.
Wow. No, but
I'm
seriously,
happy.
it's not that. It wasn't necessarily that. I don't think that was necessarily a setback. That's just like a testament to your modeling skill. Like you knew what you were doing, you knew what you made, and it wasn't a problem for you to just remake what you made before better than you made it before. I mean, that's really that is. It gave you in a weird way, it gave you an opportunity to improve on the work that you had done before, and
Yes,
you had,
that's
if
true.
anything, you had like a greater drive because of the deadline. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
fucking killed
mean, after he snipped it, I didn't touch it for like 2 months. I was like, fuck it. It was
I
prime.
feel
ready.
that pain.
I was like, no,
Mhm.
I'm not
Absolutely.
gonna do it.
I feel that
But
pain.
it's all right. Sorry. This is my new build that I'm working on right now.
He's working on something new already. Look at this.
Yeah.
He's already making that
It
gold
was
coin
the-
next year.
Was the new build.
No. This is just some concept ideas of the.
Oh yes, this thing. This I like. Hold up.
My little Haro Eva kit, like so. I took
Haravanelian.
the torso of the Eva kit.
Harovangelion.
Yeah, right.
Evangelion.
I took the torso of the Eva kit, and I basically swung it around, shortened it, and then swung it around. So this is technically the front, but I kind of
Oh,
like it as
great.
the back part.
It looks
And
better.
It kind of fits. You know. So I got some more work to do. I got to bulk out the arms. I got to bulk out the thighs. Do some cool little gimmicks up here, and then I think I'll be ready by the beginning of next year to start painting it.
I'll be honest, man. I kind of like how gangly the limbs look.
Yeah, I do too.
narrow like that. I mean, I was gonna thicken it just by like maybe 2 millimeters.
If anything, I think like transitioning the torso a little bit so it's not so like super skinny it out to bulky would look cool. But
I had to fill this whole side up. I'm gonna put a lot of heat sinks into
Hoses.
It.
No,
Yeah.
hoses.
Hoses? Okay, I could do that.
Hoses.
But right now,
hoses.
Right now, I worked on the haro itself underneath. I cut it open so it has it has like 3 points of looks.
Oh,
so I could put it in the first part, it'll look down. Oh, it'll look downward, right? And then the middle's there, and then the back it has an upward look, and then it can rotate
cool.
like that.
That's a good idea.
Just give some life.
The problem with those haros is that they're very I feel that they're very like round, very smooth. They don't have a lot of like definition within the surface. So like the real skill in my mind would be to make. I know, I feel you, but to like beyond, like let's break the box, right, and get outside of it, and the way that Manny is,
break the sphere,
right, the way that Manny is, but like to make it so that it has like surface depth. You know,
got it,
and that would be a real skill and a cool thing to see if someone was willing to or could do that, and you could do that a number of ways.
Well,
I know, Jim.
Most of it is going to be the lines and the grooves are going to be glued in completely. Of course, because I want a very smooth globe.
I'm going to get some fucking spheres, Tim. Okay.
I guess they just announced an entry grade nude today.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Oh, wild. Okay.
It looks pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot of open surfaces.
What are you
into here, Jeff?
I heard Bandai's announcements were shitty.
They're not great. I do like the full mechanics.
Can anyone confirm that?
Oh, jeez. Don't confirm, guys.
What is it? Harakime? Whatever it's called, that series? I don't remember. What is it called,
the one with the hamsters?
That's Hamtaro.
Hamtaro. I love that fucking show.
Oh, shit. All right. I'll be back in a second.
Let me see if I can find it. Shit. Oh, here he is. The Kenbu.
Oh, that's the thing from the Ami Aim.
Amine. This thing. So this is the full mechanics version.
Anime.
Oh, they added. Oh, I would definitely get that.
Definitely get 100.
So 140 something? 48, 42? What is it?
It's like 172.
Well, the scales are weird because those things are like the size of like a Full Metal Panic.
Tim hates it. Look at this man. I hate it.
167th.
There you go.
But it's going to be the size. It's going to be the size of a 1/100 Gundam.
I don't know if this is true, but is it supposed to have lights in the frame?
No, I mean, at least I've watched the anime. I don't remember any lights in the frame, but
apparently they're adding it here. So it's right here too. I don't know.
It's doo-doo. It's ugly.
I'm curious.
You might want to tell your wife about that.
Oh shit!
It's too late. She's locked in. Who cares?
Why?
No. She bought the ticket. It's all right.
It's a forever ride. I like it.
Famous last words.
Don't do this to me, Tim. Don't do it. Yeah, I don't know. Like a whole bunch of Bandai's like recent announcements haven't exactly been riveting, at least for people like us. Yeah, they got this.
You don't want a mammoth? What? No mammoth for you?
Mammoth.
What?
No, I don't want
it can change.
changing mammoth.
It changes so you can see the skeleton inside. And then this Ultraman kit with Goku hair. I don't.
Did they? You know what? That face reminds me of a goblin. It does, like Lord of the Rings. Because if you go to like without that back light, it looks like it has like buck teeth coming out. It's fucking weird. It's cool but weird.
Over here.
It is very strange looking. I don't know. What else did they announce? A bunch of 30-minute missions, right? I think it was up here.
Yeah, that's what I saw most.
I wonder if they're gonna announce a new real grade. I want to see what they're gonna do.
Patty Cakes, there hasn't been a Resin news today. I was planning on doing one, but this is a little over. I don't know if anybody wants to listen to me talk.
Yeah,
about
let's do
resin.
resin news. Come on, let's go.
There's nothing interesting, man. Like, okay, here.
We want
The
it.
first one, and you guys have seen this already. So this is the fucking. Let me put the overlay over real quick.
Not all of
Yo,
us.
that hip joint is cool. Look at the
You're making
detail on that.
assumptions.
So this is the Zaku 3 garage kit from Craftsman Bear. So this is the one with like some Sazabi legs. It's kind of strange looking here at the bottom, right? It's not as tall as Sazabi, so I'm not really sure what's happening here. But like the proportions seem a little bit off to me, where it's all leg.
Tabs, I forgot to tell you.
Too much hip.
I got your tape.
Oh, the hip.
Oh, yes, thank you, Manny.
It comes with a Volks bag.
A Volks
And
bag.
yeah, and then it's like 5 rolls of each in one pack.
Oh, thank you. Good
So
sir.
you
Yeah,
have
let me know how much.
12.
Let me know how much I owe you for shipping. I'll send that. Over.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna send that out fast. Friday. Once I drop Logan to school, we'll just go to Staples right there, and it'll be out Friday.
Thank you, good sir. All right, so yeah, so this is the Zaku 3. I guess it's interesting. I don't know, man. I don't see a lot of kits of this thing.
That's
so,
pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like the
cool.
detail. A lot of detail.
All right, next up we got this is the people have seen this everywhere. This is the Ujao Land Trident weapon that they're doing. It's a plastic kit.
I think it's insane.
It's yeah, I guess it's okay. It's fine.
Look, that looks.
yeah,
You know
what
what
the
that looks
fuck
like?
is
That looks
this?
like the Sparrow from Destiny.
Well, see, okay. The problem here is right. So it's a cool looking weapon, but are you willing to pay $75 for this weapon?
No.
No. It's
No.
like the box, the packaging for this is too big. Like so on Taobao it's $25 from official Ujao Land shopping thing, right, on Taobao. On everywhere else it's like $25 for this plus like 50 something dollars for shipping.
Does it come with that cool platform? That's fucking nice.
I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. So it's a cool looking weapon. It's just very strange how expensive the shipping for this will be.
Pabs, you did play Destiny, right?
I did, yeah. It does look like a sparrow.
It looks like a
For
fucking
sure.
sparrow.
For real.
I would totally use it as a sparrow.
Just have someone writing right here.
Yep, exactly. Like one
There
of
you
those,
go.
like those girls running it.
And it's fine because it's a modular weapon. You can have it in different configurations, right? You can have it like as a cannon and the fucking swords and all that stuff. That's cool. It's just not. I just don't think it's worth $75 for a weapon. That's just me.
Oh
I just
man,
don't get it.
no, I'm gonna end up getting it. I know it.
And that's plastic, right?
It's plastic. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
even
it's
resin.
plastic.
What the fuck? Like, that's
I don't know.
stupid.
It's expensive as
That's-
fuck.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Anyway, all right. Next up, we got. So this one is the Hammercat 1/100 scale GN Arms Type E. So there was another one of this released by Stickler Studios a couple of years ago, but this one is the E type. I don't know, and a lot of people who are interested in the GN Arms, but it's a cool thing that you could probably kit bash if you wanted to.
Definitely.
This is resin?
This is resin.
What scale?
1/100.
Oh, that's mad expensive then, right?
Hammercat's usually pretty good with price. Like they released the what was the last release they did? The Meteor, and that was like 180.
All right.
The meteor is pretty damn big too.
Yeah. So
Didn't
it's
some
not too
company make a plastic 1/100 scale version of this? Like
They
back
did.
a couple years ago or something?
They just re-released it. They updated it. So this is the XX model GN Arms backpack.
Okay.
So this one's $42 plus.
There you go.
$8
$42.
shipping.
That's profitable.
And this isn't bad. Now this isn't the E type. This is like I don't really know what type this is because I'm not too familiar with the GN Arms. But
Yeah.
there you go. It's on the next year. Cool.
What the fuck?
It's a little busy.
Hey, you.
Man, and I thought my Dragon Momoko avalanche was ridiculous.
You can add more, Brian.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
All right, next up.
Someday. I will build
Next
this.
up, we got the 1144 scale. This is another Sazabi detail up kit.
Meh.
From
What's with the
Rambler.
Uzumaki hood on the side there? What the fuck?
It's the Grinch, man.
No, the other one with the
this thing,
infinite spirals into oblivion. The Uzumaki,
I have-
man. Like, what?
It's a hole in the heart.
These are so random. Like I'd get like super tight tees adverts. I'm like, I've never looked at super tight tees in my entire
They know
existence.
Pabs.
You don't
They're
have to lie to us, all right? Like, what's your fashion sense is not our business.
Look at this, man. Look, I don't look at salvage Lambos. That's for damn sure. I don't look at RVs. I hate RVs. I'll be honest with you.
I swear to God, if we see a fleshlight ad in here, Pabs, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I got needs. All right. I can't touch my
Now,
wife
we
right
definitely
now.
know you've been looking at used Honda Pilots.
Oh,
Hell
shit.
yeah, bro. Come on,
Or
son.
that's not even a pilot. What is that thing called?
A piece of shit is what it's called.
That does look like a pilot.
No,
Is it
that's
a
called
pilot?
something else. I can't think of the name of it now.
Is that a little Vespa?
That's
Fucking
not a Honda
discussing the
Pilot.
semantics of cars.
That
You
looks like
guys-
a Honda
You
Pilot.
guys are fucking nerds.
Nerds. So this is the detail look for the RG1144. It loosely
straight up,
resembles it loosely resembles the 51 plus some added like kind of MG Verka stylings like the front skirt and the chest.
The
It
element.
doesn't
Honda Element.
it doesn't really add too much more to that. So if you guys are really into the RG Sazabi, I would really recommend the 51 more than this one. Or the Madworks, I guess. I don't know, man. Not
What's
to say
the one that you
not to
did?
take anything away. That's the Simpro version, but that's been discontinued.
Well, there goes that idea.
Mhm. All right, so there you go. That's another thing.
We
And
don't
then
really
next
build
up,
RGs, but
so this is
I
the
love
amazing
RGs.
cast, 190 scale 4 armor Hyakushiki. So they finally have production photos of this thing. The more I see this thing, the more I fucking like it. Don't ask me why. I can't
interesting.
figure
I
out
don't
why.
like it at all.
Yo,
I don't
what's
know
with
why
the
I like
Batman
it.
crest?
the Shiki that I like is the ground type, and that one doesn't even have a model anywhere. So
Make one.
Yeah,
I'm
make
going
it.
to. It's on the bucket list. It's going
Yo,
there.
Hell
I
yeah.
genuinely I look at this. I'm like, there's nothing here that I should like. I don't normally like these long type xenomorph heads, and the chest is kind of deep strikery or EXS type.
Yeah,
but
it's like a
the more I look at it, the more I like it, and I don't know why.
super
It's
trust
fugly.
out tanks. Interesting.
Yeah, Yamato transport.
Oh.
I think he's just listening to me. Now that I've said tight tees, I'm sure I'm gonna get a million ads for that too. So.
I love it.
So this is coming out very soon. So the fact that they have like a third party already painting this up to give them production photos means this is coming out probably within the next couple of months or so. So probably look at this maybe December, January, February. If you guys like this, because Amazing Cast have come out with some decent stuff within the last like year or so, like with their 190 scale, which is a very odd scale if you ask me. I mean, they've been pretty good. So you can usually count on their quality.
I like the detail. It gives you ideas of what to do.
This reminds me of a Brian build.
The tank
The tanks.
with the struts and all that.
Yes. Is it? No, trusses. No. What did he call it?
Trusses?
Is he there? Brian, are you there? What the fuck are you?
I'm muted.
Sorry,
I'm muted. Yeah, I'm over here. I'm like, yes, it does. Yes, it's I would call it trussing. Yeah.
Trussing. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Very
I mean,
nice.
okay. So if there's a flat board that you're bending to be straight, it's called cradling.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're dealing with a tubular structure or anything long like that, and you're trying to maintain rigidity, it's called trussing. It's just
This
semantics.
reminds me of a Tim build.
Yeah.
Hey,
very much
Look at
so.
Come on.
that's too ugly for my build.
Well, let me change the color at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's very
so-
gold.
So
I
expect
just mean
this.
like detail panel work.
It's fucking
Yeah, the panel weight,
beefy.
I'm saying. So expect this within the next couple of months. The prices usually vary anywhere between 120 to 150, depending on which one you get. This isn't a conversion, so it's going to come with its own frame and stuff like that, like an ABS frame. So just keep that in mind if you do want to pick one up. Then next up, we have a 1100 Novell. We talked about this before.
Here we go.
This is
Yo.
from by Aok Silver Oaks.
I just want the head unit part. That's
Dude,
perfect.
I love the proportions on this thing. The proportions are so nice,
It's
man.
cool.
Right?
Is it just me, or is there too much upper body compared to the legs?
You know what?
I think
That,
it's
that,
the size.
that is
size.
but that's also that mobile suit. Like it's kind of funny looking in that
It's
way.
bulky that way, yeah. Like even like if you look at it from the
it's
back,
all
I
up
don't think
top.
it's as bad. Like the back
This
is
one's
okay.
actually the original one. What is it? Like B Club might have put one out a long time ago, and the legs are even skinnier.
The thing that bothers me is that the upper torso and some of the waist is not as detailed as the legs.
like this part right here.
Yeah, like it's just empty. Even the shoulders are empty. Look at the legs; it's just detailing all over.
That's a canvas for you, Manny.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it's
I mean, it's
also
also-
this is a like a mass production suit, so it's not going to have.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
armor plating. It's meant to get hit by like bullets and shit. They're not going to put a bunch of like panels and stuff. They want it to
Someone
be a big-ass
built
nasty
the
plate.
old resin
All right.
version.
There's
Henry
there's
built
a-
one.
There's a plastic
Like a while
conversion
back,
kit for
Vegeta.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vegeta.
Yeah. No, you're talking about the resin version. I'm talking about there was a plastic
resin.
version of this that was released maybe in the last 2 years or so, and that was like stockier than this one. So this one's slightly lankier, and I think I like the proportions in this a lot more than that old one.
The feet look small.
They do. They look like remarkably flat and low.
Got some parts.
They're just like
Holy
diminutive, like
shit, that's a lot of
dainty.
parts.
Yeah.
And like, are the side things? What are the like missiles or something, or what are the things on the sides?
I don't.
Right
Yeah, I have
here?
no idea what's going
Are
on.
they
They look.
thrusters?
They look. I mean, I know they're supposed to be big, but I don't think they're supposed to be that big, right? Like,
Yeah, they're.
is it just
Do
me?
you think it's
Like,
stylized? Let me
They
see.
look overly big.
The GM Novell, right? Was that 3?
Yeah, GM3 Nouvelle.
See, it's supposed to look like this. Yeah, so it's supposed to be slightly smaller and more leg.
Oh, much smaller.
Yeah,
But the
see?
shoulders.
But you
are
can
supposed to
see
be
like
way
the
big.
legs, especially the
Yeah,
upper
look.
legs, are longer and skinnier.
And look at the feet, the size of the feet. The size of the feet compared to, like the chest or the knees
Yeah.
or even the fucking head. They're on the model. They're fucking miniature.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find a bigger image of this thing.
I'm not.
Probably like.
The sculpt is impressive. I got to give them credit, but the proportions, I'm just not a fan of personally.
Yeah, no, I think
Lackluster.
they're.
I
I
don't know,
agree.
man.
Yeah,
It takes
they're
the boxes.
wacky. Yeah.
It takes some boxes for me. I don't know, but this one has these massive things too. So I don't know. This is the 172 scale.
They made that.
Holy shit!
It's a paper.
Yeah,
craft,
that's
I
like
guess.
some. But the feet look good on that though. Like, it helps.
It's like he's
Oh, no,
carrying
it
2
is.
fucking guitars under each arm. Like, come on.
You know, when they're like, honestly,
is-
I
It
feel like
does look like guitars slung.
This is G system for sure. This is definitely G system.
too here in like these examples where it looks really fleshed out, like they're getting away from hiding that like big flat panel on the shoulder armor that Manny was talking about by like plugging a bunch of decals and shit up on it
True.
Yeah.
to kind of like
Compensate the overall look.
keep it busy. I
was
like
trying
the
to find
shape of
Vegeta's
that lower
code.
leg. I'm not gonna lie. For the G
know
systems or whatever the fuck this is here.
Yeah, this is definitely G system. It's 172. So
Yeah.
what I would do is I would take the fucking that full armor Hyakushiki's feet and put it on this Novell. Like because that thing has like those massive long ass feet.
Oh,
Or
for that
like-
thing.
Yeah.
For this thing.
Or like Zeta Plus or fucking
Yeah.
Faz or XS
Yeah.
Speed, something big and
Look how
I
angular.
bulked up, dude. I
Holy
bulked up
shit.
my excess feet because they were too slender. Wanted them bigger.
See, I don't like the clown feet on the sheet like that.
you got to find the
Oh,
right
no.
length.
I'm completely with Tim as in regards to the feet on this model not looking up to snuff.
I like it.
I mean, look how small they are. I mean, the head's bigger than the feet.
True.
I mean, am I
You
lying?
got small feet.
I just like that head unit. I just need to find the model that just has that.
See, okay, so
Oh,
on those,
I'm
on those-
sorry. I'm thinking of Henry did the Nero. not the
on the prime pieces. You're right. The feet look small, but I think it looks okay in this picture, right?
No, that looks like snowshoes.
They look long. Yeah, exactly. They look like snowshoes. Exactly. Kind of.
They look longer though.
Hmm.
Or is it just me? Is it just the color playing like with my?
It could be like
No, they
or
do look longer, but
Scroll down.
It could
Let's
be.
look at that other.
it could be differences in production.
no,
Yeah,
there's
No,
there's-
they look as long, but the fact that it's all gray, it doesn't have that panel lining and like the what I want to say the aspect ratio, aspect ratio, but the focal depth of the photo is different. So it's like kind of fucking a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Still
All right, and
not
then
a fan.
finally, Tornado Hobby are making a Barbatos head. I'm not sure what the difference is between this one and the Master Grade. I guess there's different side panels. I don't know.
Look at the V fin.
The V fin is slightly different, right? It's like slightly
The angles are different.
angles. Yeah.
Yeah. And it looks like the face is fatter.
Batman. Oh Jesus,
Batman. So yeah, I was questioning whether or not I should add this, but whatever, news is news.
That's all right.
So yeah,
It's the Barbatos. Come on.
it's a Barbatos. I guess I had to add it, but that was it. That's Resin news. Everybody's going to
Cool.
bed now.
The eyes look
Fabulous.
different. The face mask looks different.
The face part is different. I don't know about the face part.
Yeah, if you look at the gray and the white ratio between the both of them, the gray is a little bit sharper on the newer one. Thicker, a little bit, just a little
maybe
bit.
a little bit, not too much. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I do know that we've been going for about 2.5 hours, so we're gonna call it quits. Wrap this one up for tonight. I think that everybody knows where to find everyone. If you don't know where to find Jeff over there in the corner, Grilly Playmo Works on Instagram.
That's me.
He's doing a lot of cool shit. Thank
As you can
everyone
see.
thank you everyone for joining us tonight on the as the cast, if you want to call it the cast, as well as everyone that joined us in the chat. Thank you guys for joining us. Build something fun, be safe, be smart, be creative, and be positive. Have a good time.
Yeah. All right. Good night.
Cheers.
Bye.